Hey everybody, this is No Bones About Wrestling, and we're live. Um, and we're gonna do a watch along of AEW Dynamite tonight, which is starting very soon. I'm one of your hosts, Asa, and down below here is my permanent co-host, the co-host of AEW Weekly Tuesdays at 7, K Fabulous, and then to my God damn it, I always point the wrong way. To my right here is Wolf joining us after a couple weeks. We hadn't seen him.
Just always point at the person in the room.
I know. So just real quick before we start, Wolf, would you mind going down going
Yep.
through the card real quick?
We'll hear from Hook tonight after he came back last week, I think. We will also have a face-to-face between Claudio Castagnoli and Kazuchika Okada. Because next week they're fighting for the next Dynamite. They're fighting for the Continental title. We also get a film by Mariah May, which will probably be like Tony's films, but we also have a triple threat for the number one spot in the Casino Gauntlet match at All In. That being between Roderick Strong, Orange Cassidy, and Kyle O'Reilly. We have Hangman Adam Page versus Jay Lethal. We have Swerve Strickland versus Wheeler Yuta. And then the two title matches of tonight, Mercedes Moné versus Hikaru Shida for the TBS title, and the Young Bucks versus the Acclaimed for the AEW tag titles. The Bucks' first defense in 4 months.
Right. So yeah, pretty good Dynamite, I think. I mean, this is the best lineup in several weeks, I think.
Yeah.
Definitely, coming strong into All In, which is what 11 days away. 11 days away, yeah.
It's weird that it's their strongest lineup though, because there's no MJF and no Will Ospreay.
Yeah,
Crazy.
yeah.
I mean, to be
MJF,
fair,
he was in Mexico and he was in England this past weekend,
right.
So maybe he's just taking a night off, I guess.
Yeah, I think he defended against Michael Oku at Rev Pro, and Osprey went there. Speaking of which, apparently Oku is eventually going to come to AEW.
Yeah, so I heard a little something about that.
That's cool.
So I don't know anything about him, but I know people think he's good.
He
cool.
looked really good. I saw like clips of like his matches, and he just looks incredible.
Oh, we're starting with the TBS title here.
Meanwhile,
what are they going to do if they get a media rights deal and they don't have shows on TNT or TBS anymore? Are they changing the belt names?
Good question. They have to. I mean, they wouldn't make sense anymore. So I think maybe just call them, call them the TV title. The men's TV title, the women's TV title. I think that's a pretty simple way to keep it, kind of the same.
Even if they're not on TV?
They're streaming. They're on TV still.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
Or I mean, we assume they'll be streaming.
All right, there we go. I don't know why this one's not.
Maybe they'll announce the media rights deal tonight. Who knows? Tony Khan this week said we're getting some of the biggest announcements, plural in AEW history. So I assume one of them is a media rights deal. Anybody, Wolf, you got a guess on what another one might be?
Apparently there were like rumors that they're like looking at places to like have a show in Australia.
Oh yeah.
So they might do that. But yeah.
Can I just say that I find Camille very intimidating? Like, out of all female wrestlers from any company, she is the one that I would be most uncomfortable sitting next to.
You can see that, yeah. I mean, yeah.
Like, she looks like an enforcer of, like, a super villain.
Yeah, definitely.
Like the one that doesn't say anything and just, like, cracks her neck and then murders someone.
That's
scary. Yeah.
I think she was number 4 in our top 5 this week. Is that right?
Yes.
I think so.
Camille,
Moving up.
yeah, Camille's definitely strong, great.
Undefeated. I think she's had 3 matches, but undefeated still.
I think I only saw like one, but
Well, she had a handicap match that was, wasn't much of anything.
yeah, it was like a squash.
Last Wednesday.
Yeah, squash handicap match.
Yeah. I was like, I haven't seen a squash handicap match since like Yokozuna, since those days.
Yeah. So I think it seems like the main event's gonna be Bucks versus the Acclaimed. Now I feel like happy and disappointed at the same time because I'm happy that Bucks versus Acclaimed is not happening at All In because that's not an All In match. I don't think. The what I'm disappointed about is what they've heavily implied, which is Bucks versus FTR again. And
Really?
I'm
See, I
like,
don't mind it. I mean, they've only fought
it's like
they've only
I
fought
don't
like 4 times or
necessarily
something like
mind it,
that.
but it's like, do they not have anyone else? It's like I want this to be over. I want it to be done. Like
Talking about Bucks and
it's
FTR.
now just there's no need to do it again. The fact we did it a 4th time was crazy already, but wasn't
Yeah, there's a
actually wild.
So
And then we're now possibly doing it a 5th time. Like, why?
they've all been really good, so I don't mind it at one bit. I mean, I hear you. It would be nice to see some newer teams at the top, but
Yeah, I'm just
if we're
worried
not,
that
at least we're
like
gonna get a really
after
good match.
because like Bucks will probably win, and then we'll probably get like maybe Bucks versus Guns, and then what are we gonna do? Bucks versus FTR again? Like it feels like they're not pushing like anyone other than like Acclaimed, FTR, Bucks, sort of Guns.
Yeah, the
Like
tag team scene's kind of in disrepair right now, and then the Lucha
it's
Brothers.
it's it
Everyone
feels
says they're
like
leaving
dead.
too.
I like it's what the state of the tag team division. It's giving me the impression that like there's no effort put into it. It's like done. It's like
Yeah.
irreparably damaged, and it's like, and now they're losing Lucha Brothers, and it's like, why?
Yeah, that sucks. I hate that. I really
Like,
hate that.
I think that Tony Khan needs to like now focus on tag teams because he's got woman now. He's got big woman signings. He's got big time male signings. He's probably getting Ricochet. He's probably getting someone else. Apparently, there's rumors that Bobby Lashley might show up in AEW. I don't know about signing, but he might make an appearance.
Mhm.
It's like, okay, now we need to focus on tag teams.
It's
Yeah.
like he's trying to keep too many plates spinning at the same time, and it just never works. Like
Yeah.
when before the trios belts came into existence, their tag division was my favorite part of AEW, and then the
It was
trios
the
came,
best.
and
It
I
was
was like so
literally
excited
the
about the trios matches. But while they were forming all these trios, the tag teams fell by the wayside. And then when the Continental Classic happened, there were no team matches of pretty much any kind while they focused on that. And when that was over, they brought tag team wrestling back a little bit. But then with like the Bang Bang Gang and the Acclaimed, they started focusing more on trios belts again. It's like he can't highlight all the divisions at the same time.
Well, I
yeah.
think part of it is they have 5 men's belts, 6 if you include the Ring of Honor World Title, which gets
Right.
defended sometimes, and then you got 2 women's singles belts, so that's 8 in the company, and they got to have
Yeah.
matches for all that.
The thing is, the trios titles were like, kind of cute when it was, but like the thing is, people didn't at first. I don't think people really needed to worry about them too much because like the only like realistic trios were like Death Triangle, House of Black, BCC, the Elite, and that's it, pretty much.
Yeah.
It was like 4 or 5 trios max, and it was like, okay, this can like somewhat show up from time to time. Maybe just be a faction kind like battle belt. But like it doesn't need to like I think it doesn't need to be like a full on division.
The
And that's a
trios.
problem. They're treating it as a full time division when it's like you don't have enough people. Like
I'd say their their like smallest problem is that they don't have enough people.
Right. Yeah.
It's like the opposite of what
well,
is
it's not.
true.
No, it's not that they don't have enough people. It's just like they're like forcing to have people when it doesn't need to. They don't need to have that many teams, that many
Well,
trios.
Faz B or Faz B here says CEO.
Yeah,
Sasha
Mercedes.
Banks. Mercedes Monet is definitely looking like it so far. This has been a good
Yeah,
match so far too.
this is a good match. Karushita is definitely a great opponent for Mercedes. I'm shocked that Claudio and Okada are not doing it at all. And
I know. That's crazy.
I figure something is going to happen in that match next week.
maybe,
And I think we'll get a rematch at All In between those two.
Hey, Moxley will
perhaps.
show up.
Maybe, yeah, maybe Kenny shows up and it's like maybe not all in, but all out. It's like main event, like maybe not main event, but I don't know because it depends on what. Oh, huh?
Kenny's not going to be able to wrestle by then. Like he
I
just had
think
surgery.
Kenny said. I think like the reports were saying Kenny will like be back like just after All In. Like he just misses All In.
I read that he will be back by the end of the year. They hope.
Right. Yeah.
Like
I don't know.
at first it was doubtful that he was gonna maybe be able to come back at all, and now they're saying, at least Wrestling Observer is saying that it's looking like by the end of the year he might be able to make a return.
Maybe.
Yeah.
The latest report. I don't even remember who said it, but I think the latest report was like it was looking like hopeful and that he would like just miss All In.
That's crazy. I mean, I believe you, but the type of surgery he had,
Yeah, I don't.
Dave Meltzer said that surgery for a regular person is 4 to 6 months recovery, but for someone whose career is like actively using their core, I would imagine it has to be longer.
Yeah.
I don't know.
But who knows? I mean, I would love to. I'm all for him coming back as long as he is like medically
Because
able
I
to
could
and not
see like
endangering
Omega
himself.
like showing up at All In just to like be there. Because it's like it's Wembley and it would be crazy.
We're talking all about the men. We got a really good women's match going on right now.
We do,
though.
yeah. Speaking of women, I do want to talk about one of the big signings that I have enjoyed watching. And people don't seem to talk too much about her because like Mercedes and Camille showing up, but like Deanna, like she's kind of been stuck in a bit of a forever feud with Thunder Rosa, which I didn't.
Yeah, I like it.
I like the feud. I just feel like it was kind of dragging. And not on pay-per-view is like all it got was a 0 hour, which was like kind of strange, but Deanna's been killing it, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, that bull rope match they had on what was it, Collision? That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was we gave that match of the week last week actually. Thunder Rosa beating Peraza.
That match looked really good.
Match.
Yeah.
Great match.
It did not include the matches from Dynamite.
Right. Yeah. Just Rampage and Collision. Yeah.
Right. What did
And so, of course, Monet here is in 11 days. She's supposed to defend the belt against.
Dr. Britt Baker,
Right.
DMD.
Thank you, Dr. Britt Baker, who just came back. Hasn't even had has she had a match? No.
Yeah.
Oh, she did.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
my bad.
She
Had one
fought
match.
Cheetah.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
She had one match and threw herself into the TBS title scene. So we'll see. Everyone's expecting that to be a pretty good match, and I mean, I am.
I think
So
it'll be
I'm
good.
expecting her to show up here tonight because she said she was no longer suspended and she would be here tonight, right?
I think so.
Because she wasn't listed on the card of like making an appearance or anything.
Yep.
Right.
But she said last week on Dynamite that she would be here. I thought.
Yeah, you got Sheeta taking the kendo stick to Camille there.
We got someone in the front row wearing a white mask. That's Dr. Britt Baker. It looks like the mask
I
she's
see
worn
it.
before. Is
That's where they put
Yeah.
plants a lot of times in AEW. Yeah.
That's like the only place they put plants.
Yeah.
Like, oh, if someone's sitting there, it's not a fan.
There you go. And she retains the title.
I like her. She does little kitty stockings.
Her what?
She has cats, black cat stockings. So it's like the top of her stockings, where like the garter would be. It says little cat ears.
All right.
Yeah, I don't. See, the thing is, I've also been like kind of thinking through things regarding the signing news and all. It's just like talking like about Lucha Brothers, like seeing the news about Lucha Brothers. I'm like, oh god, I was like kind of panicking because like, oh no, AEW is going to have a massive hole in their tag and trio division with them gone.
Yeah, that's a big loss. That's the biggest loss.
Yeah, that is a huge
WWE.
Because like I get it, because like business is business, money and all, but it's probably money. But
I'm interrupting you. Look, it wasn't her. Who do you think it is?
In the white mask?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Jamie Hayter.
Oh shit, I don't know.
wait, what are we?
Not Britt Baker, so we'll see who it is.
Oh.
Picked her right on the cooter.
Oh.
Are we not going to find out who that was? It was a random fan?
I don't
Is that what
know.
we're supposed to assume?
I think that may be it. And Camille saves Monet there. And yeah, I don't know where the person in the white mask went. Yeah, I guess we're supposed to think that was a random fan, I guess. Hey, Antonio, what's up, man?
Hey. They're still laying there.
Yeah, good match to open the show there. What?
Our dog's super cute. Jamie Hayter has to show up at All In, right?
I think so.
Like, it's been over a year, like a year and several months.
Jay Lethal, you are moments away from going one-on-one with Hangman Adam Page. Ever since Hangman's been back here in AEW, you guys have really been a thorn in his side.
A thorn in his side? What the hell are you talking about?
Her dress is like super 90s. I love it.
Sort of like Hangman.
Like a painting vomited on her. Beautiful.
There's Adam Page.
Good. Yeah, but I think I think like the main thing is just I think I wouldn't have been worried so much if like AEW signed like a top like tag team or something, like, and it was just like, okay, they have someone to kind of fill that hole, but now they're like they've lost Lucha Brothers. They're not likely getting Motor City Machine Guns.
Right.
I don't
saying,
know
who
any
could they-
tag team free agents, so
There's no one they could hire to fill the Lucha Brothers hole.
Oh.
Like that's like hiring someone to fill a Will Ospreay hole, in my opinion. You know,
Right.
like
I mean, to
They
be
are the
fair,
best.
I did think Motor City Machine Guns, if AEW did get them, I think it would have been like okay.
have they
But
been on AEW like at all?
Yeah, I think so.
Did they wrestle once?
they did before, I think, when they were part of TNA. What's it called? They helped Lethal against FTR and Wardlow, I think.
I get them mixed up with the grizzled young vets.
Oh yeah.
Don't you lick my apple?
Right, well, yes, that's
Yeah,
where
me too.
definitely.
Me too.
on.
Yeah.
That's who I knew you were thinking of that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but Motor City
That's who
Machine
I was-
Guns
that is who
did
I was
show
thinking
up
of.
one time to AEW. I think one time, maybe it was more than once, but like it was like one feud with FDR, mainly. Oh yeah,
Yeah. Lucha Brothers. I mean, good for them. I'm sure they're, I assume they're gonna get paid, but
probably.
I don't trust WWE to use them the way they deserve. That's just me. I mean, just going on the history WWE has with every
Yep.
luchador except the Mysterios.
Well, in all
Right.
fairness to WWE, I don't think AEW was booking them how they should be booked.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
Or any of their luchadors.
Right.
Ray is the only single luchador who had a belt ever, and that was an accident, like a singles belt, you know?
Yeah.
And even the tag belts and the trios belts, like the luchadors, they should have been like living with those permanently on their body, and they've had them once, right?
Which one? The tag belt?
Either of them, haven't they had them once?
Lucha Brothers?
Yeah,
They
Yeah,
had the tag
they
belts
had
once, and they had the
tag and trios once each.
once each,
Oh,
right?
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, although the
Not
reign
enough.
for tag titles was pretty good from what I remember.
But they've been there since day one. You have the fucking Lucha Brothers in your company
Yeah,
for 5
they
years.
They
You
should
give
have
them
got.
one
I
tag title run?
honestly was gonna say that Lucha Brothers could have taken it from these EVP Bucks. I think that would have been great, but
Yeah.
now they're gone, so it's like who beats them now?
And I'm sure they'll sell their masks, but which
Yeah.
AEW never did. And I don't get why they didn't do that. But
Yeah. To be fair, I think right now Andrade at this point is like having a slow push. He's like 2-0 against Carmelo Hayes, which is awesome, but yeah, I don't know. The thing is, the main thing that I would worry about for like the main thing I think that needs to happen regarding Lucha Brothers is do not put them with LWO or Legado.
That's what I've seen like everyone on the internet saying.
Push Otis. Thank you, Kirk. Okay, thank you,
Kirk
Kirk.
Crimson with a drive-by shout-out to the
Yes.
Wolfman. Have a
Yes.
great stream and push Otis.
Yes, we like Kirk here.
Like the wrestler?
Yes.
Of course. Yeah.
Otis has been doing good lately, funny enough.
Oh, yeah? Good.
I remember when he won Money in the Bank. I thought he was getting a big push then, and it just kind of fizzled out.
He did get a ham
He got a big ham.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah.
and a hot kayfabe
Was it
girlfriend.
Randy Rose?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. And then they been pushing Gable with Creeds and Ivy Nile.
I haven't watched WWE in so long. It's almost like you're speaking in a different language. Like
Yeah.
I have no idea who any of those.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
Ivy
guys
Nile,
probably
I
will
don't know
hate
who
that.
that
You,
is,
or-
you
yeah.
guys probably would hate the name, but they made the team of the Creed brothers and Chad Gable. They called it American Made, and I was like so confused. Like, why?
Not, I don't know. That's not too bad. That's not too bad.
Yeah, it was
American
just
made.
strange to me.
I don't understand.
They're patriots. That's all.
Who are the
But
I don't know.
well, no, it was clearly like a modern like team angle thing, but
Yeah.
yeah, it's great, honestly. And the Wyatts honestly have been doing great. Wyatt 6 has been doing great.
That's like the only part that I'm.
That's the
Yeah.
only WWE thing I've seen in
Yeah.
months was their
honestly,
debut.
like I was shocked when I saw their debut match. Like I saw like Gacy and Loomis just looked so good. And Rowan did like normal Rowan things and normal big guy things, which was great. Like it was just all worked together so naturally, and I loved it. I was loving it.
Yeah, I like the gimmick. I like when wrestling turns spooky. So I know a lot of people don't like that, but I love it.
Yeah. And the thing is, it's not even necessarily like spooky. It's just like they're monster. They're like it's just wrecking everyone.
I don't know. They're pretty spooky, man.
They are spooky,
They're pretty scary looking.
their main like gimmick, I guess, like their main thing is just they're wrecking through everyone. So they don't really focus on the spooky, even if they have it. I'm really interested in how this Casino Gauntlet match is going to go in at All In. It's just very interesting.
Who do you you know usually they have someone debut or return in the match. What do you
Ricochet.
think? Oh, that's what we said
Ricochet.
last night.
That's where Ricochet.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome.
I think it would probably be Ricochet shows up there, and I wouldn't be surprised if he wins the whole thing. If he wins the thing, because that would be a huge debut. I also did see a report of what's it called? A match for All Out. I mean, it's obvious, but it's like I don't know if you guys would take it as spoilers. Swerve versus Hangman is planned for All Out. Yeah.
We figured that was happening.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, how are they gonna do it again? I mean, it'd probably main event because it's Swerve and Hangman, but
yeah,
It'll be interesting if it's not for the belt, like if he doesn't have the title anymore, and they still do that as the main event.
I'm gonna be real. I think it's not going to be for the belt. I think Hangman costs Swerve. I think Bryan wins at Wembley.
Really? Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I don't know what to freaking think about that, because at first I was like, "There's no way Bryan Danielson is going to win this. He's made it really clear he doesn't want the title."
Yeah.
And then when he put his career on the line, I was like, well, looks like he's winning it. And then he gave an interview with Sports Illustrated where he's talking about how, like, this is the precious time he has with his children and he doesn't want to miss it.
He's keeping us guessing, but I think he's gonna win it at Wembley, get his moment, and then sort of deals with Hangman, and then like Bryan defends against people like Darby or because Darby and versus Swerve or Hangman is set for Grand Slam.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah, so he probably defends against Darby, defends against a couple other guys, and then like Wrestle Dream. I feel like that's when we get. It's like a bit of a pseudo transitional reign, but it's like for 3-4 months. So Wrestle Dream, it would probably be like then he loses it to Swerve again, and then.
Did you see it? Sorry, hold on 1 second. Our dog is eating like. I got it. It's right here. Sorry, our dog was eating not food.
Oh,
so
it's
right.
Oh, that is.
She's
fine. That is worrying some, yes. But good to know that dog is safe. Yes.
Shocking everyone. Hangman has beaten Jay Lethal.
as he should.
Discus. Some shot that discus was super snug as we fall into business. Yeah, I was there. I was there a lot. And Jay Lethal getting some medical attention, but Hangman Adam Page, you're tonight. But fans, this match.
Solid matches start the show tonight. Pretty good.
Yep.
Oh, here's the Rev Pro stuff.
Oh, I think I'm behind. Yeah, I think I might actually be behind. Who would have thought?
He's a sweaty man.
Yeah. Very sweaty there.
All right, back in business.
American Championship on the line against the aerial assassin Will Ospreay, but MJF has made this match deeply personal with us.
Whose music is that? Why are they playing that?
It's Foo Fighters.
No, I know, but why?
Oh wait, no, it wasn't Foo Fighters.
No,
it was a Bush.
Yeah.
Bush.
And their album that I had that on disc.
16 Stone.
To a new generation.
Gavin Rossdale, yeah.
In Essex, they've seen me from a young child in England in random social media club halls in front of 50 people to places like Sumo Arena in Japan during the Tokyo to Wembley Stadium at 81,000. This is my legacy. When
What
it comes
did
to
you call
the
it?
rest of the world, there's only one person at 50.
81,000?
81,000.
Oh.
It's the Tony Khan. It's a favour. The best set you've got, especially for Wembley Stadium, man. Since I came into AEW, the game has dramatically changed, and everyone's had to level up around me. I'm about to show them all what really looks like, bro.
So true.
It's not Will Ospreay. It's MJF. I went from being an unknown, and I scratched and I clawed. I became a generational talent.
I can't wait for this match. I think it's gonna steal the show at All In.
Was that his punch to the face of CM Punk without showing CM Punk's face?
Oh, I don't
Did
know.
you see that?
No,
He's only had a dog collar match with him, right? Or did he have one with Brian?
I think only with CM Punk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then yeah, that's what happened. That was pretty good. Good editing.
I don't like to say
Well, and we have him showing up at all, and if he's re-signed,
Who?
Daniel Garcia,
Oh,
because MJF murdered him, and then he's been off TV since
Right.
fuck easy dub.
Yeah, I honestly
I love
think
I was
that.
gonna say that's one of my favorite AEW moments.
Yeah. And he's getting
It-
oxygen, and he's like, "Easy dub."
right now I'm seeing reports that Garcia's thinking about kind of considering his options right now.
Yeah.
Honestly I think for him the best choice would be for him to stay in AEW. I think he gets more out of AEW.
Yeah.
You
because
surprised me. I thought you were
Garcia's-
I was taking an inhale to boo you because
Oh,
I thought you were
no,
going to say
no, no.
WWE. So I'm very
the thing
impressed.
with Garcia has been clearly. Oh, my camera's dying. Okay. Garcia has clearly been built and made as a future top guy in AEW. Right now, I feel like I can confidently say that at some point, one day, Daniel Garcia will be world champion
Yeah.
in AEW.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't think he will reach that in WWE or
No,
TNA even.
Well, also
He'd end up like fighting whoever on speed, you know.
well, and
Yeah, he probably wouldn't
Tony-
even start in the main roster. He'd probably start in NXT. Even if he gets like a quick push like Ethan, immediately going for the NXT title. I still feel like he'd probably stay there a little longer. I think Garcia should probably stay in AEW just because he's
Yeah.
clearly getting there, getting to a top level.
well, in January, Tony Khan went on stage at I think it was Dynamite, and said that 2024 is the year of Daniel Garcia.
Yeah,
So if I had the head of a company saying that about me,
yeah.
and they paid me well, I would, and they paid for my travel, and they paid for my medical bills, like I would stay with that company
Definitely.
instead of going to a bigger company where who the fuck knows what will happen with me.
Yeah. For sure. That's why I think because like Garcia's not really in the position of like the other people that I would say could go to WWE. Like like I feel like the only reason he might even consider WWE would be the money, and I don't think he needs to care about that because because I'm pretty sure he's making like a pretty solid amount in AEW, and like now he's clearly being built as a top star. I would say like he's going to be on the level of like Darby Allin. Right now he's like an upper mid carder, like going towards world champion level, main event talent.
Has Garcia held a belt yet? I don't think so,
No.
right?
That's the crazy part. He's never held any AEW belt. Now that could be now people would say that's why he should leave. No, because I think
He
it would
wasn't
be.
there yet.
I think he would go. I think it would be even bigger for him if like his first title in AEW is like something like the international belt or the world championship. Like that would be crazy.
I think you mean the American Championship, Wolf.
The
okay,
well, it's not gonna be the American Championship. We all know MJF is losing.
You said you think he's losing to Osprey?
Either to Osprey or Garcia. Possibly. I could see Garcia. Maybe they have MJF win just to give it to just to give it to Garcia.
Are you getting? You don't get commercials, do you?
I have commercials right now. Yeah.
No. Did you see the alien?
commercial? That looks good.
I'm on a Life MD commercial.
Oh, they showed a trailer for the new. It's called Alien Romulus, and it looks pretty damn good to me.
I think I've seen the commercial before. I don't know. I could be wrong.
The aliens look great in it. I love that series.
Wait, Romulus in Star Trek, is that from like the Romulus in the Bible?
I don't think there's a Romulus in the Bible. You're thinking
Is there not?
Romulus and Remus.
Oh, that is what I'm thinking. What is that?
That's like a Greek myth, I think.
Those
Yeah.
are not Greek names.
Roman myth.
Well, maybe it's was it Roman myth?
Roman myth.
Roman myth.
Okay.
Oh, it is Roman. Yep.
So
But anyway, back to Star Trek.
here's the thing regarding Garcia. I do think Garcia, right, like as I said, is in a good position. I don't like there are other people like in AEW that I would not be surprised if they left, if they went to like Wardlow. I'd like
Yep.
it sucks, but Wardlow is not going to be treated well in AEW. I think Wardlow.
Yeah, for some reason, I don't get it. I don't understand.
I don't get it
they
either.
treated Wardlow
I
at all.
don't get it either. I think it like Wardlow was like like any chance of Wardlow doing good in AEW died when they decided to give the TNT belt to Samoa Joe at Full Gear. Like, why? Joe already had a belt. Wardlow had a 150 something reign, maybe 60, I don't know. Like the most it was like 180. And then they gave it to Joe and then they gave it back to Darby, and then they gave it back to Joe, and then I was like, why are we doing this? So we could have
I
had
thought
like
he
a
had it and
dominant
lost it to
TNT.
Hobbs. Like he had it for like
Yeah,
a week.
he lost it to Hobbs and got it
He
back. I
lost
thought.
it to Hobbs after like 3 days from
Yeah.
taking it from Joe, and then he won it back from Hobbs. It was like, why not just
Yeah.
skip all that in between and just have Wardlow keep the TNT title until Christian?
Yeah.
I was gonna say that, like, if I was a big man, I don't know that I would stay with AEW. But Tony Khan did just trademark Meat. What is it? Meat Mayhem. Meat Mayhem. So he's gonna do something with the big men. Maybe this will be the start of good booking.
But yeah, I mean,
Mark
if you
Smith?
look like Miro, Lance Archer, Wardlow, none of them get booked the way that they deserve to be. I don't think, and I think that's something AEW could use. Really, is honestly some more dudes that look like they're pro wrestlers. Honestly,
Miro was getting booked okay up until he got hurt.
yeah.
And same
Okay,
with
now
Steve
I think
Lee. He was
Osprey's
booked
winning
okay
at
until he got
Wembley.
hurt. Huh?
Do what?
I think Osprey's winning at Wembley because Pac just said that at All Out he's going to challenge for the international title.
Oh, really? Oh, okay. I missed that.
Yeah. So it's probably good. So because like Osprey versus Pac would go crazy.
Holy fuck! Yeah.
That's like a top tier. That's like one of the best matches Tony could ever book. I don't know if like I wouldn't say MJF versus Pac would be like a bad match. It would actually be good, but like obviously, but like I don't know if that is like necessary, right? I don't think it's something that exactly needs to happen. I think Osprey versus Pac is just something you want on pay-per-view.
Oh yeah. Hell yeah.
Honestly, that match would have been great for Wembley, but I get it. MJF and Osprey.
It's good after all these years.
Yeah, I tell you, for my money, Osprey, I think he's the best wrestler in the world right now.
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, he's been putting on, just fantastic matches, and like his
sure.
pay-per-view matches have pretty much all been like candidates for match of the year. Or so. And I mean, that match he had with Takeshita at Revolution was fantastic.
For sure, and with Brian, it was great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So like, yeah, honestly. So yeah, with Wardlow, I feel like it was criminal that Wardlow didn't get a proper like dominant title reign.
Yeah. Because he's good. I mean, he's good in the ring. I think he's good on the mic too. For the little that they let him talk.
Yeah, like if they
that shit was
let him,
good. I know
they
y'all just
let
talked
him-
through it, but that Darby Allin promo, holy fuck, that was good.
I'll have to watch it on the
Yeah,
recording.
Darby always is good at
No.
promos.
No.
Yep.
When I first started watching AEW, his promos were shit.
Yeah.
They were awful. He sounded like he was reading off index cards in front of his like language arts class.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, he was still like on the younger side, but now, like for the past few years, like Darby's been.
We got Jack Perry.
Oh.
Yeah, like when they did the Four Pillars match, his promo for that, like right before, like the week before that match, that was the first time I was like, okay, he's getting better.
Yeah.
And that was just awesome.
Yeah.
I think the more I think what changed was he started speaking from his heart.
Yeah.
He started being himself more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Instead of trying to fit into like the face mold.
Yeah.
And that's when he sounded more natural,
Yeah. For sure.
There goes Jack Perry just beating Darby Allin into the backstage area.
Oh,
I really want to touch.
Oh, there's Jack. Yep. Now I see it.
There we go. Still.
I think I'm behind, so.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's fine. I'm seeing Jack now. Like right now, I just saw Jack like attack Darby.
Oh wow. Okay, that's like 10 seconds behind, I think.
Like that, yeah. Jack just let his hair down.
Has Perry? Has he defended the TNT title at all?
No.
I didn't think so. And the
No,
Bucks
he
haven't
won
defended
it
their
like
tag
last month.
titles.
He won it like last month, so it's not as much of
Yeah.
a problem as the Bucks not defending it until now.
Well, but then let me ask:
They
Has
won it.
Okada he defended the Continental title?
Okada has, yes.
He
Okada
did.
has.
Yeah.
Against
He's defended it at least like 2 or 3 times.
against Pac, against
Oh right,
Commander.
Pac, yeah.
Commander. Yeah, I think he also.
That was one of his first people that he wrestled.
Oh,
Well,
okay. I don't
think it
remember
might have
that
been
match.
an eliminator match, but I think he also defended
that
against
might,
Dax. Who else did he?
Yeah.
I know he defended against someone else.
Oh God, he just elbowed that dude in the face really
I just,
hard.
I guess I just
Completely
forgot. Okay.
That's unfortunate.
Like I think
Yeah, he elbowed that black guy
yeah, like,
right in the temple.
Yeah, it was like it's the Beetlejuice.
What? Yeah, but Bucks. It's been like 4 months, and this is Bucks' first defense. It's like actually insane. And I heard they have like limited dates now. Apparently, is that and like so they're part timers. Part timers are tag team champions. Great. And
Yeah.
we're going to triangulate between the 3 teams we always push. Lovely.
Yeah. Like we were saying, they gotta bring the tag team division back to
Yeah.
glory because it really was fantastic. I mean, for the
Have
first several
the
years,
for
it was
it
great.
too. It's crazy. They're not bothering. Like half the teams they have, they're not like pushing at all. Like
I mean, even when
Premier Athletes are a good team, they never get to win a match. But like Tony Nese and Josh Woods, that's a good tag team, I think.
well, they're
they're
not. I
like
mean,
all
they're
right. They're like
rotating
they can be
tag
like contender challengers.
But even
But like
when was Revolution? Revolution was in March, right?
March
So
5th, wasn't it?
right after Revolution, when Darby and Sting left with the belts and had to vacate them, we had a tournament, and that tournament was awesome, and we got to see some really cool tag teams featured.
True.
But then when it looked like they were gonna finally give like Top Flight the push that I feel like they've really brought themselves to at this point.
the worst part is that
were-
Top Flight was supposed to lose against Ricky and Bill, and I was like,
I don't think that's true. I know people have said that, and I've read that from multiple sources, but like none
it's
from
like-
a reliable source, and I don't think that was true.
I that would have been the most garbage thing
Yeah.
I've seen.
That's why I don't believe it, because
it's
I mean,
like-
it's just so.
I
there's
like
no way.
Ricky's great. Bill is like decent. They don't work as a tag team, and
I
they
like
were
Big Bill. That's another
before
big
the
guy I
Bucks,
left
they were
out a
just-
minute ago.
They're
like
doing
before
something.
the Bucks. I just don't think they weren't even that good champions. Like I did not enjoy their reign at all. It's
Oh
fine.
no,
They
it's
just
terrible. Giving them the
Yeah,
belts was
that-
shocking, and that part was cool. But other
That
than
was
being
cool,
like
yeah,
a big
but-
surprise, like everything
They're-
else about it was
they're-
not
Wait,
good.
which reign? You Starks and Big Bill. Okay.
Yeah, it was terrible.
I thought I liked their well, Wolf is audio only. Oh, there he is. I liked their reign. I enjoyed it,
They
honestly.
weren't a tag. They didn't do tag moves. They were 2 singles
Yeah.
wrestlers wrestling against
Yeah,
tag
it was
teams.
just not natural. It was just
Just yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying they were the
it's
best
too
team or
good.
anything. I just thought it was a neat
You're not allowed to like it.
it was a neat combination.
It
I thought,
felt like it wasn't really benefiting them. Ricky was like above that, and Bill didn't really benefit much from it. Bill is benefiting more from the learning tree than his tag team with Ricky, unironically.
yeah, for sure. All right, here's Mariah May's film.
Apparently, also Dustin wants to team with Sammy Guevara against the Kingdom for the ROH tag titles.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Which, hey, I'm down for Dustin being double champion, but
Yeah.
it's
Be
just
cool.
like, whoa, I didn't expect Dustin and Sammy to.
I'd like to see Dustin get a run with like the Ring of Honor title, honestly.
Yeah, honestly, yeah, I would be down for that.
He's never been world champion, and he deserved it. he deserved
Yeah,
it. But
it is.
back when he was in
Even if it's a
WCW,
transitional reign, I'd be down for it.
yeah. I mean, or as Goldust in WWF, he could have been the champion as Goldust for sure. You know, he was
Yeah,
so over as a heel in the '90s. He could have been the champion easily, and
yeah,
should have been. I think he's very underrated. His whole career to me,
yeah,
he's just
definitely.
underrated because of who his dad was. I think you know.
Yeah, and like there were times where he had like feel good moments where he became like tag champs with Cody, and I'm shocked that he didn't become tag champs with Cody in AEW. Like when AEW started, I thought it was gonna like maybe like for a week reign or something, like a week long reign. It would be like Cody Dustin.
Sorry, that was not a movie. I was told
Right,
it
I
was
need to
a
go
Mariah
promote
May movie. That was just a filmed promo. No different from Darby's promo that he just did.
Yeah.
Like when Tony did it, there was like a title card. I have no idea what you're doing. Oh, I gotcha. I just don't understand why. Like, why call it that and then not deliver?
I don't know. That's a good question. Oh, let's see. Wolf got kicked out. Where is he? Oh, he said he'll be back.
Oh,
Who walks away the winner?
you know.
I just hope.
So yeah, everybody who's watching, thanks for watching tonight. Thanks for joining us for the watch along. And feel free to get in the comments. You know, if you agree with us, if you disagree with us, if you want to bring up your own topic. I mean, cool, whatever.
AW topic.
AW topic. Yeah, yeah. We'll talk about it.
I forgot that was a coffin match.
As long as I had no idea it was a coffin match.
Did they just change that? Did I miss that?
I don't know. I think they did.
I've been actually listening though, and like reading when I can't hear, and I
think
mean,
they just made it.
They just
I haven't heard that.
now.
I haven't heard that.
Awesome. I love a coffin match.
What I was saying.
Sorry. Sorry.
Yeah, get in the comments. We'll talk to you as long as you're nice and polite.
Yeah.
We'll talk to you. We love talking to people. But if you act like a jerk, you'll get kicked out and banned. I had to do that to somebody the other night, unfortunately, and just I don't know who's got the time to waste to go in, wrestling, wrestling podcasts and act like a tool.
I have something very important to say.
What?
Did Orange Cassidy get new sunglasses?
How the fuck should I know?
Because they're not aviators. Has he been on Ray-Bans for like a while? And I just noticed? Or is this like the first time he's worn those? Feel free to let me know in the chat. I'm very curious.
Oh, they don't. No, they don't. Yeah, they do look different. I'm not sure when it changed, but they are different. Who have we got?
I think they were different. My question was, when did it change? Well, maybe.
Oh, this is that triple threat match.
Yeah.
This I think will be the match of the night tonight. Strong, O'Reilly, and Cassidy, and the winner of this, of course, they get the #1 spot in the Casino Battle Royal at All In.
Oh my gosh, I don't know who to be for. Who are you for?
I'm not sure, honestly. I like all three of these
I do
guys.
too. I totally forgot that O'Reilly was the third dude in this match. I'm very excited.
I guess I'm for.
I'm for Roderick Strong.
I guess I'm for Cassidy. Yeah. But you might think, well, number one in the Royal Rumble, WWE Royal Rumble, that's the last spot that you want in the Royal Rumble. But of course, the Casino Gauntlet match is different because the way it works, if you haven't seen it before or if you forgot, the way it works is the match starts out with two guys, and every 2 minutes, whatever, every couple minutes, they send out another guy, and it's not over the top rope like the Royal Rumble. The way it works is, like I said, they just keep filling the ring with people. The match ends when anyone scores a pinfall or a submission.
So it could
They
be.
win. That's the end of the match.
Yeah, it could be two people, and then that's it.
Exactly.
I don't think it'll ever be that.
Won't.
But yeah, but it could be.
But right.
Which is why those spots are best.
Exactly. Yeah, it could be just guy number 1 and guy number 2 fight, and like you said, guy number one wins. That's the end of the match, and he gets the world title shot at well, they haven't announced where, but the winner of that battle royal at All In gets a world title shot sometime in the future.
I'd like to change my answer.
Of what?
I also want Orange Cassidy to win.
Oh, yeah.
Or Roderick Strong.
This should be. I think this is gonna be a pretty damn good match here.
Because if Roderick Strong won it, then Adam Cole could be like, give it to me, you know, when he comes back. Because he was going to do that with Wardlow.
On what? The world title?
Yeah. Remember, that's what he told Wardlow. He was like, you're going to get your shot, you're going to win it, and then when I'm back, you're handing it over.
I could see Cassidy winning the world title. I couldn't see the other two guys winning the world title. Not right now, at least. Not anytime soon.
Yeah, that's true. What is he doing? Do they not know how momentum works?
Mm. It's kinetic energy. He was building his kinetic energy up.
God. We need more science education in our country. Yeah, Anthony, I am with you on that. I cannot wait for that match. I feel like that there's been such good buildup that I have a lot of high hopes riding on that match.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, I'm not, that's probably one of the matches I'm most looking forward to at All In. Yeah, Tony versus Mariah May.
You know, it's weird though. Like the Tony match at Revolution with Deanna, like I felt like the build up to that was really good too, and that match just like fell flat for me.
Yep.
And I mean, I think it did follow Osprey, but still, like it did not deliver.
Yep.
And both those women are good, and they've both had killer matches since then and prior to it. So maybe it was just like an off night. But yeah, I'm hoping. I also wasn't a big fan of the women's match or women's AEW title match at All In last year.
What was it last
It
year?
was the 4-way where Saraya won.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which we all knew was going to happen.
That
but
wasn't
still
a great
like
match.
just a shame. It's a smear on the title, in my opinion.
But the women's division has definitely improved in the last year. I mean, they've signed newer people. You know, they signed Purrazzo, of course, Mercedes Moné, the biggest signing. They signed Camille away from NWA. I mean, they just keep Serena Deeb returned. They just keep adding good women to their roster, and they definitely. I think they have the best women's lineup, definitely in North America. You know, I think probably in the world, I don't watch it, but I'm sure a lot of people would say Stardom has the best women's lineup. That if you don't know, it's an all female wrestling company in Japan called Stardom, and the women they're all part of different factions. That it's a very faction based company.
It's where Mariah May came from.
Right.
And Mina.
And what?
And Mina.
Oh, okay, yeah. And I think in the Wrestling Observer fan poll last year, I think Stardom, it came in either first or second in the voting for promotion of the year, I think. Because I think it was AEW and Stardom were 1 and 2, and WWE was number 3. Let's see, Anthony here says he's from Monroeville, PA, and he's going to his very first AEW event, October 2nd. Awesome, man.
You're going to have a good time.
Yeah, we just went last Wednesday. We went for the live Dynamite and the Rampage taping, and yeah, we had a great time.
Yeah,
for sure.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Plus, it's just fun to be around that many people that are into wrestling.
Yeah.
You know?
What are you going to? What show is that? October 2nd? Is that Dynamite or Collision or what?
October 2nd would be Dynamite.
Dynamite, yeah. So Dynamite and Rampage, probably, yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
And Anthony says, can't wait to see Britt Baker. Love her and met her in person at Steel City Con. Awesome.
Awesome.
Isn't she from?
She's
from Pittsburgh?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, right. Yeah, she's cool. Yeah, it's good. That was one I didn't mention a minute ago. Yeah, it's great to have her back. I mean, just the women's division is really exciting right now. And then Hikaru Shida around. I mean,
And
just
when Hater comes back, she was like their biggest woman. You know, when she got injured, she was like the woman.
yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
like Hater was like the top woman in AEW. Like
Yeah.
I'd say easily.
hmm
Yeah, I mean, it's like I said, it's really exciting. They're they the best women's division in North America. I feel like, and
Which is
they
awesome.
just keep improving.
Yeah, because that used to be like the one thing I would say that, like, for me as a fan, not, I realize that lots of people like WWE better for lots of reasons. But for me, the only thing that I thought they were doing better was their women's division. And now I don't think that anymore. And that's excellent.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. Yeah, it's good. And now, we're seeing on the pay-per-views, we're seeing, instead of one women's match, it's nice. We're getting like 2 or 3 women's matches, which I think that's the right amount, I feel like.
This is what I
Yeah.
want. So we have 2 women's matches for All In right now on the main card, and we have a mixed tag on the 0 hour.
Right.
I want them to add Thunder Rosa and Deonna Purrazzo, best 2 out of 3 falls, where they change the gimmick per fall. Ace's idea, I just think awesome. And I want that on the main card. That is what I am pushing for. Tony, take notes.
Yeah, I had to. If you saw our or listened to our podcast AEW Weekly last night, Tuesdays at 7. If you saw it last night, I proposed, to Deonna Purrazzo and Thunder Rosa have been this great feud. They've had some very good matches. What I proposed was made to settle the feud, have a best of 3 falls match where each fall is a different gimmick. Maybe do fall 1 as falls count anywhere. Maybe do fall 2 as like first blood match or something like that. And then maybe finish fall 3 with like an ambulance match where you have to put your opponent on a stretcher and load them in the back of an ambulance. I think that would be a great way to end the feud. Something like that.
Plus, it would be just a good image at Wembley to have like an ambulance at ringside that like drives away with the loser in it at the end of the match.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's a good
Yeah.
visual.
So, Tony Khan, feel free to take that idea. Just give me some credit.
Yeah, well, when he hands you the script for Collision later, if you don't mind just passing that idea on to him.
I guess. Although personally, I would probably prefer Deonna to like move on, please, because I want to see something else for Deonna. I don't want her to be like just stuck with one.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's about time to wrap up the
But
feud.
to
But
be
it
fair,
needs,
there's
it
like
needs something to wrap it up.
It needs a bow.
Yeah.
to be fair, there's not really like because like Willow and Chris are still feuding. Mercedes and Britt are feuding. Hater's not back yet. Like Athena is doing Ring of Honor stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There's not really a bit like I feel like the biggest name they could give as like as a next feud for Deonna right now is like Serena Deeb.
And speaking real quick, I want to interrupt you real quick. Speaking of Ring of Honor, Wolf's wife, Julia Hart, it looks like she's returning from injury, but it looks, I think they put out like an ad today or something like that.
And she's going to be on Ring of Honor?
She's going to be in Ring of Honor. So, well,
I mean, I get it because her husband is in Ring of Honor, but like, what do we do with her in Ring of Honor? Like, I doubt they're gonna put her with Athena. So,
Lee Johnson,
or like,
is that his name? Lee Johnson, is that right? Well,
Lee Johnson, yeah.
Yeah.
Like you said, I think eventually they'll feud her with Athena. You got to believe.
I don't know. It doesn't feel like that's a right move. I don't know. Maybe they put her against Red Velvet since she just won the title, and maybe she needs like another heel other than Billy and Athena.
Wait. You said, wait a second. You said she just won the title? Who? Red Velvet?
Red Velvet won the TV title, women's
TV title.
Oh, the TV title.
Yeah,
Okay.
the one that Billy had.
Okay. I forgot.
Yeah. So Red Velvet beat Billy. So now, like, maybe until like once they move on from Billy and Athena, Like Julia could face Red Velvet, maybe. I don't know. It just feels.
Do you feel like? I mean, it seems like they're adding kind of big names in AEW to Ring of Honor right now. Do you think it's to just
True.
like bump up the subscription numbers briefly while they're trying to close out this deal? Because maybe Ring of Honor might be part of it.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see whatever media rights deal they do, which it looks like they're going to Max, the streaming service.
Yeah.
But whatever media rights deal they do, it's gonna be very interesting. You know, is Honor Club still gonna be a separate thing? Is Ring of Honor gonna be included in with this AEW package?
Right.
It should be included. Like I feel like that's the way
I
to do it. But we'll see. Yeah, we'll see. I haven't heard people talking about that.
Another
Most
thing
people don't
I
watch Ring of Honor, but it's pretty good. It's very good.
another thing I'm like a little worried about lately, like just in how things have been going in AEW. I'm kind of not fond of Roosh being part of Don Callis' family.
Well, I think it's a great fit.
I think it's a good fit.
Yeah, I think it's a really good fit.
Because I don't hate it, but it's like, I don't know. I feel like I wanted to see more of LFI, and it feels like they're just kind of
Well, yeah.
tossing LFI.
I did.
But that wasn't going to happen. So I feel like this is the next best thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I just feel bad that Preston and Jalistico seem to now be tossed aside.
Wait, are they still LFI? Is it is a thing still?
They haven't really said it, cause like Preston only got like barely, like only Preston has gotten booked like once against Rouge in
Right.
at Collision.
That was a squash
Jalistico
match.
is nowhere in sight.
Yeah.
But when he came out, did they? I swear that they said of Infection and Gobernable.
You're talking about
Not Rouge. Vance.
Yeah.
When he came out, I feel like they still said that.
Maybe I didn't see.
I didn't hear it. Yeah.
Maybe it was just in my head. Oh, he ran away at that idea. It was so shocking.
I'll be right back. I need
You're
to.
fine.
But yeah, like Wolf said, yeah, L'Affection and Gobernable, they, you know, when they were debuting, when they first came together, they had these neat little vignettes of them in the desert, you know, talking their shit and like driving cars fast and all this stuff. It was Roosh, Preston Vance, Dralistico, Jose the assistant. Was that it?
Yeah. I think they were in Mexico.
Yeah. I mean, I assume so.
Desert makes me think like Arizona.
Mexico has
I
desert too.
understand this.
Anyways, what I was saying is, yeah, I was really looking forward to seeing that faction together. Seemed like a cool mixture, but we never. It didn't last very long because Jose, the assistant, got fired. And what, did someone get injured?
Roosh got injured.
Roosh got injured.
And then there was nothing for Jose, the assistant, to do, so he was released, which I like better than the word fired. Fired makes it sound like you did something wrong.
Well, call it what you want. I always say fired. Maybe there's a difference, but I don't know. Who cares? Oh, there you go. October 2nd. There's your event, Anthony.
That's Dynamite 5-year anniversary. That show's gonna be good.
Wow, that's awesome.
Oh, yeah,
That's
jealous.
awesome.
That's gonna be so good.
Yeah.
What a great show to
awesome.
pick as like your first AEW show.
Yeah.
You're gonna really
That's
be
great.
happy.
And speaking of, 5-year anniversary, WCW Monday Nitro only lasted for like 5 3/4, or actually just about 5.5 years. So AEW, if they can make it about like 7 or 8 months, which I think they'll be around in 7 or 8 months from now, Dynamite will pass Monday Nitro as a longer running show, which is, I think that's a big accomplishment.
Yeah, for sure.
And just the other night, Dynamite surpassed WCW Thunder, which was their B show back in the day. Rampage surpassed Thunder as lasting longer than WCW Thunder did. So good, yeah, that's good on Rampage. which is Fridays at 10 if you don't watch it. It's a good show. You know, some of the mid-carders in AEW, sometimes the main eventer, usually maybe one main eventer, maybe two. But it's the AEW show with the most wrestling on it. It's like 65% wrestling, whereas Collision and Dynamite are like 50% wrestling.
Can I say something about the match that is happening right now? So Bryce Remsburg just like refused to count because Strong and O'Reilly were both pinning Orange Cassidy.
Yeah.
But we've seen that happen before.
Referee's discretion. It's wrestling. You never know.
Yeah.
It's all up to whatever the ref does. Oh, Orange wins.
They need one winner. They need one winner. They can't have double pin.
So Orange is the number one man in the Casino Battle Royal at All In. And so he's the first. No one else has been announced as being in that match. So he's the only one we know who will be in the Battle Royal, or excuse me, the Gauntlet match. The Casino Gauntlet match is what I meant. I think I've called it a Battle Royal a number of times tonight. It's a Gauntlet match.
Are they doing a match for the number 2 spot also, or just
Talking about right now?
Are only number 1.
But that's got a sting for Kyle O'Reilly having not only been defeated, but being defeated by a sole member of the conglomeration.
All right.
Orange Cassidy.
they're friends?
That's the movie. It's remarkable. Renee Paquette.
And so if O'Reilly and Roderick Strong, if they're going to be a part of All In, you got to assume they're going to be in the Gauntlet match somewhere.
Probably, yeah.
Gentlemen, first of all, thank you for agreeing to no physicality.
Do you think Kip Sabian's going to be in the Gauntlet match?
Next week.
He has to be on the show. He's British. Come on.
If he's going to be on the show, I think he'll be in the Gauntlet match. Yeah, I think they're going to throw a bunch of guys in that Gauntlet match. Yeah.
Whole lot. I always felt like the Continental Championship was my time. It was mine to lose. So when I wasn't successful in the Continental Classic, it bothered me.
I mean, I'm expecting like at least 15 people in that match. That's just the feeling I get. I think they're wanting it to be a big time like signature match for them.
Is Claudio not clear on how microphones work? Like, you still have to talk at a normal volume in order for it to pick up your sound?
I don't know.
He's like whispering to her. That's creepy.
Strange.
12 guys fought for this title, but there's one champion now. Me, not you. I'm the greatest tournament wrestler of all time. I'm a 4-time G1 winner. You will respect me when I beat you in Cardiff. And I'll continue to
4-time G1 winner. I did not know that. That's big.
So, good luck, bitch.
Yeah, if you don't know, the G1 is probably the most revered tournament in wrestling. It's in Japan every year. Yeah, it's happening right now. Actually, it's going on right now.
Oh, I thought it was over. It's still happening?
I think it's still happening. I think they're down to like 6 men or something like that.
I thought it ended like last night or the night before.
No.
That's what someone on our podcast chat said.
Or
Or maybe it was
I don't
like
think it's
Collision.
over. I don't think it's over, but it I guess it could be.
winner of 4 G1 tournaments in Japan. I want the Tokyo Rainmaker because you know what? I'm going to bring my best next week, just like I do every single time I step into that ring. I'll be 7.
Wolf knows things. Wolf, is the G1 over?
You better be ready in Wales.
Is it? That is a good question.
Let's Google it. Who's left in the G1?
G1 climax so far right now is scheduled matches. Night 17, which is tomorrow. Shingo Takagi versus Great Khan, and Konosuke Takeshita versus Yota Tsuji. Night 18, which is August 17th, we have Zack Sabre Jr. versus either Shingo Takagi or Great Khan, and David Finlay versus Konosuke Takeshita or Yota Tsuji. And then night 19 is Block A winner versus Block B winner, which will probably be. I wouldn't be surprised if it's going to end up being. I think it seems like the finals might possibly be Zack Sabre versus Takeshita.
That's the impression I've gotten from what I've seen about it. Yeah, and that would be a killer match. You know,
Can we watch that?
Unless they want to
we'll try.
push
Yeah.
Finlay for some
I'd like to
reason.
see the rest of it, honestly, when we figure it out.
I
Oh, is
mean,
it
they
on at, like,
could
3
very
o'clock?
well push Finlay for whatever reason, but
Yep.
I mean, he is the leader of Bullet Club, and Bullet Club always gets pushed. But I don't know. I think I think they're probably gonna choose Takeshita because they've had Takeshita win like a lot, honestly.
Sorry, did you see that? It was like an anti-politician in North Carolina ad, and it said the person's name, and then it said like rapes increased 25%. But the way they put the words together, it looked like that person raping people increased by 25%. And then they did the same thing for murders. Murders, this person murders up 35%.
Oh, I'm sure that's on purpose.
Yeah.
They're talking about the Josh Stein,
Attorney
who I think is a
General.
sitting attorney general here in North Carolina,
Yes.
and he's running for re-election.
Let's see.
We got a loon running for governor.
Oh my God!
Loon.
Yeah, this guy, what's his name? Mark Robinson.
Yeah. Jesus
He's
Christ.
a lunatic.
He's batshit crazy.
Yeah. And I feel bad because I voted for him for lieutenant governor. I didn't know he was a crazy person.
It's okay. Nobody.
Yeah.
Wait, did I vote for him?
I don't know.
From
Well,
what
sure.
from
He's
what
a
I've
Republican,
seen,
yeah.
this crazy stuff is like recent, or it's like been resurfaced like recently. Yeah, he's nuts.
No, like the ads that he puts out that he himself and his campaign have paid for seem like attack ads on him
Really?
because they
Yeah.
make him look so nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Those are his own ads.
Yeah, and I don't. We don't mean
He's a
nuts.
neo-Nazi. He's literally a neo-Nazi.
We don't, which is weird because he's black.
Yeah, which is
we don't mean he's nuts because we disagree with his politics. I mean,
Oh, no,
seriously, the dude
he
is,
is-
the dude is nuts.
Yeah.
he is like living on an alternate plane of reality.
Yeah. I don't feel like he's gonna win.
Probably not. No.
It is a million-dollar question, isn't it, Renee? I'm sure another team will step up to challenge us in the interim.
Who's he running against? Does Cooper get up for re-election or
He must be. He's running for governor.
no? Their term limits for governors.
Are there? Oh,
And like I just said,
we should know that. We live in this state.
Should know. Yeah, I've not seen the
Josh
Democrats.
Stein.
Oh wait, is Josh Stein's running for governor?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, there we go.
We in North Carolina, we've had a pretty good governor for the past several years, Roy
It
Cooper,
was Josh Stein versus Mark Robinson. Yeah.
who they were considering Cooper. They were considering for maybe the vice president on the Harris ticket, but he bowed out of it. But he was a pretty good governor of the state. I feel like.
I think he
Yeah.
bowed out of it because Mark Robinson would take his place as lieutenant
Oh.
governor.
Yeah, great point.
Yeah.
Great point. Yeah. Yeah, Roy Cooper, good guy. I mean, he's kind of like a centrist, kind of middle of the road,
Yeah.
but he's a very reasonable politician. I don't know
Yeah.
why we're talking about politics. Let's get away from it. Let's get back to
Sorry.
wrestling.
I'm enjoying
The
it.
murder
Don't
commercial.
get me
Yeah,
wrong.
sorry everybody.
It's my fault.
I'm getting
We
inspired.
can talk about it at a different time off the air.
It's okay. I was getting commercials of sandwiches,
Yeah.
firefighters, and sandwiches.
Yeah, I mean it's election year. The stuff, it's everywhere.
Yep.
Here at AEW, and now tonight
But yeah, what last thing I'll say about it, go vote. Most of the country doesn't vote anymore, which is wow. I mean, these are the people deciding like how much of our paychecks we get to keep.
Oh,
How many public parks we get, all that
there's
sort of
here.
shit.
I just had this conversation in my social studies
So
class.
go out and vote for someone.
Because we were talking about like why you need to learn history, and I was like, you need to learn history so you can be an informed voter.
Yeah.
Because that is the best part about living in America is we get to vote people out when they don't represent our interests. But you have to know what those interests are and who represents what when you vote.
Yeah. All right, let's get off the politics.
Sorry, I was done, and then you kept talking about it, so I jumped back in. Sorry, I'm blaming you. Sorry.
So we're hearing from Monk now.
What
we got going on? We're gonna hear from Hook.
Why does he have a face bandage now, but he didn't last week?
Who knows?
Good question. Good question.
Maybe Jericho poked him in the eye or something.
I can't see out of the side.
No, I think it's because of the flame, the fireball.
Yeah,
Probably
the
the
fireball.
fireball. He probably just was not worried about the bandage.
You took this eye away from his shirt. Do you see
Who put that on him? There's no bandage. Just the.
Yeah.
I think should.
I can see you, Chris. And I'm sick of it. I want my title back. I want to fight you for my FTW championship right here, right now, in Norfolk, Virginia.
Oh, on the website, on the AEW website, they don't have Mother Wayne holding the title anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, if you missed it, Christian took away Killswitch's trios title and gave it to Mother Wayne.
Yep.
He didn't take it from him. He already had all three.
He held
He
all
never
the
gave it to him
belts
in the
on
first
him. And he
place.
gave it to Nick Wayne
Yeah.
and then Mother Wayne.
I don't think she's technically the champion. I just think she physically has the belt.
Hi, guys.
He's all better.
Hi, Hook.
Remember his broken
You
finger?
know what, Hook? You
Yep.
really are one stupid son of a bitch. Even after I blinded you with a fireball, you still want to challenge?
And we're looking ahead, to All In 11 days. And this man Jericho, he put up the match of the night last year at All In. He and Will Ospreay. That was the best match on the card.
Oh, let's go, Jericho. I didn't expect you want to fight. You ain't getting one. It's not worth the time to fight you in Norfolk here tonight.
Just every time he goes, hi guys, I'm just dying laughing.
So I'll give you a shot at the For the World Championship at All In. But there's a couple caveats first that you have to agree to. And the first one is this. When you have your shot at Wembley, it's your final chance at the For the World Championship. And when I beat you, and I'm going to beat you, you're done. You walk away from the FTW title, you walk away from the learning tree, and you walk out of the Jericho Vortex forever. Well, that's a good thing. Second caveat is next week in Cardiff, you get to face one-on-one the Redwood Big Bill.
Nice.
Oh, I'm gonna beat you down, and I'm gonna show you
Oh?
straight up Taz's ass. Straight up his ass.
That's fresh. I really expected them to have a trios match at All In, with Shibata, Hook, and
Oh yeah,
And
right.
Joe.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, right.
that's cool that it's
But
an
we're not.
AEW
Yeah.
match. Yeah, that's nice.
Jericho versus Hook. Yeah.
I accept. I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to dump a big bitch on his big ass head. And I'm looking forward to tearing you, Chris, limb from limb. Chris, after Wembley Stadium, you will never, ever be the same again.
It's pretty good. You know, I feel like the learning tree could use like one more member, you know?
Ew.
That's a good question. Who? Yeah. That I did not think about. I just feel like they need another member. I'll think about it for a minute.
Like a middle-sized guy. They got the little apple. They got the big tree. They need like more like a cactus or something. Some other kind of plant.
I really like Big Bill. I think he's great in the ring. I think he's got a good personality. He's got a great look. I mean, except for this dumb jacket he's wearing, this dumb suit jacket. But I mean, just his body and stuff. He has a great look. I think he could be a big deal for AEW.
He has the face and head of a child on a man's body. It's very disconcerting.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
He has a tiny child's face. He's got like very fine pointed features and then a giant body that it goes on. It's like the opposite of a bobblehead. It's like a bobble body.
You're weird.
Just saying how it is.
All right, so what else have we got left tonight? We got Swerve Strickland, the world champ, is in a non-title match against Wheeler Yuta of the Blackpool Combat Club. And of course we have, did they say that's going to be the main event tonight?
What, Wheeler Yuta?
Yuta versus Swerve.
I don't know.
Did they say it? I don't know. And we still have the Young Bucks making their first defense.
Oh,
They've
yeah.
had the belts for 4 months. They're making their first defense against the Acclaimed, who weeks ago beat the Young Bucks in an eliminator match, which people in AEW usually don't win eliminator matches. And so, what that is, a team, they face the champions in a non-title match. If the challengers win, then they earn a shot at the belts. And that's what the Acclaimed have done, and they get their shot tonight. But, you got to think Young Bucks versus Acclaimed tonight. You got to think something screwy is going on. I don't see a title change myself.
Mhm.
It would be cool to get surprised by the Acclaimed. I like getting surprised in wrestling, but I don't see a title change. I just see something screwy happening and the Young Bucks winning the match,
I mean, FTR has to show up, right?
Or maybe getting disqualified, maybe
Yeah,
or something like that.
Yeah.
You got to feel like FTR is going to be a factor on the outside of the ring, or maybe on the inside of the ring. We'll see.
We have a hangman match. Do we have a hangman match?
It's over.
Wait, did it happen?
He beat Jay Lethal.
Oh, I got excited again.
Yeah.
Are those the
what
only
else?
2 matches?
Do we have another women's match tonight?
I don't think so.
What time is it? Alexa, what time is it?
It's 9:26 p.m.
It's 9:26. So I bet we just have those 2 matches. Yeah. Yeah. And here come the Young Bucks. Yeah, Swerve and Wheeler is the main event. Oh, cool.
AEW World Tag Team Champions, AEW EVPs, and overall, fine gentlemen, very fine gentlemen, known as the finest tag team champions in AEW history, Nicholas and Matthew, the Young Bucks. Champions. This is not the first time. They've been champions for 4 months. This is the first time the Bucks. Usually we would sing the praises of the Bucks, but that's a fair.
The Acclaimed come out and just jump on the Bucks from the start. They've been waiting for this match.
Jumping with Nicholas on the stage. Last 2 weeks
Oh shit! There goes Bowens on the both of the Bucks. Nice.
Yeah, they jumped the Bucks before the Bucks expected it. Yeah, there's a lot of frustration. The AEW Tag Team Championship title. I mean, because the Young Bucks and the title favorites to defend the title, they claim they won that eliminator match. They've heard this. The champions of FTR. They've been calling out the Young Bucks for the title since well recent years.
The Young Bucks wearing their sneakers, of course, wearing their signature Reebok, right?
Yeah.
Reebok sneakers, which I got a pair of them on our YouTube site. You can watch the review. I reviewed them like a month ago, whenever they came out.
You want some carrots and hummus?
Matthew Jackson looking to press the advance against Anthony. Oh, it's almost like shit. And now coming over to that. Matthew Jackson face first in the match. Coming out. Look at Hawks. Jackson one kick out.
Mm-mm.
As the tag name, Maxcaster now legal for the Acclaimed.
I expected Billy Gunn to turn on the Acclaimed by now. You know, like, just the amount of time he's been with them. Like, I assumed that he was going to abandon them for his sons way before this point.
Yeah, and now Billy Gunn doesn't wrestle anymore.
Mhm.
Since they lost the trios titles,
Yeah.
he doesn't wrestle.
Well, he said he wants his retirement match to be against Will Ospreay, so I'm sure he's going to wrestle again at some point.
Where'd you say that?
We reported it. He said it in an interview, like when Sting, like right after Sting retired.
Oh, okay, that's cool. I mean, Billy Gunn can still go. He's still very good in the ring. I think he's always been good in the ring. He's had some gimmicks I don't really like. You know, like when he was Mr. Ass in the WWF, running around like mooning everybody. You know, most of their audience is like boys and men. Kind of strange to me. He was like wearing like thongs and shit like that, and like just put your ass away. I don't know. I don't get that. But he doesn't do that anymore, thankfully, because he's like 50 something. So
He's in very good shape.
oh yeah. I was there when he won the 1999 King of the Ring and at the Greensboro Coliseum in Greensboro, North Carolina.
What a revolution.
One of the highlights of his career, definitely. Back in the day, I'll be real quick. I'm talking about WWF. Back in the day, like late '90s, Vince Russo was the head writer for WWF, and I think you probably know who he is. Very controversial figure nowadays, but he was the head writer for WWF. He was largely responsible for their success in the late '90s. But he was really high on Billy Gunn and wanted to push him as a singles star. And up to that point, he'd been a tag team specialist. He'd been in the Smoking Guns with Bart Gunn, and then he was in the New Age Outlaws, great tag team with Road Dogg Jesse James in Degeneration X. But then Russo had him break out as a single star, win the Intercontinental title, win the King of the Ring, and I think he was heading higher than that. But then Vince Russo jumped to WCW, and all the plans for Billy Gunn got abandoned. So that's what happened to Billy Gunn.
Vince Russo, the brains behind Brawl for All.
Right.
I just noticed that apparently I didn't know until now, that Darby versus Jack at Wembley is now a coffin match.
Yeah, we saw that. Yeah, like 10 minutes ago. I think they made it. Yeah, they made it official. That's cool.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, I like that.
That is very good.
So what do we have? We have
We
a coffin
have
match. We have
uh,
no, I'm talking about gimmick matches. So we
gimmick
have-
match.
Sure,
We
I'm sure
have
Wolf knows.
Yeah.
the Casino Gauntlet match. We have the title versus career match. Technically, that's a gimmick match. We have,
Coffin match.
guess, the FTW rules match because it's a FTW title match.
Mhm.
And that is pretty much it.
It's a mixed tag. Is
Mixed
that a
tag
gimmick?
is. I think that's
Yeah, that's a
kind
pre-show
of a gimmick.
match.
Yeah.
That's a 0 hour. So yeah, mixed tag match: Statlander and Stokely versus Willow and Ishii on 0 hour, not on the main card.
I never thought I'd root against Willow, but I am not rooting against Stokely Hathaway. I am all in on Stokely.
Let me ask. We're hours. We're several hours behind England in the time zones. Does anybody
Yes.
know when is All In starting?
All In is going to start. What is it, Jim? Start time 12 p.m. 1 p.m. Eastern for the main card.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
So 0 hour starts at 12 p.m. Eastern. Main show starts at 1 Eastern.
Nice.
I know,
I love a good afternoon pay-per-view. I love it.
I know I'm old, but I love that. Like if they
Yeah.
could do that all the time.
Yeah.
Because then I can still go to bed early before on a work night, you know?
Wait,
guess
is
some
it
people
a
like-
Saturday or Sunday?
It is
It's Sunday.
Sunday, yes.
Yeah, I was like, they're usually Sundays.
And then when Billy Gunn ejected from ringside. Huh. I don't think he did anything to anyone, but there he goes. But yeah, AEW, they do their pay-per-views like when the NFL is off, they do them on Sundays usually, and then when the NFL season is going, they do the pay-per-views on Saturdays.
Oh, I wondered why it changed.
And that's because the Khan family, they own the Jacksonville Jaguars franchise, so they don't want to compete with them themselves, for fans and money.
And there's a former Jaguar player working for AEW now.
Is that Mason Madden?
Mason Madden
Oh, there you
was
go.
a Jaguar football player. That is where he met Tony Khan.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, one of the maximum, or what are they called?
MXM collection.
MXM collection. Okay. Yeah, they're good tag team, and I as much as I kind of hate to admit it, they're pretty funny too. So, but I don't feel like that gimmick is going to last a long time. I hope it doesn't. Personally.
I like it.
Well, I just rewatched Christian's promo, and he literally said to Renee, "You're probably a worse mom than an interviewer." I'm like,
Wow.
Christian wants to die by Moxley.
Wait, do they have a kid?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's why
Moxley.
John Moxley went to
Renee has a
rehab.
kid.
Oh.
Because he was having a kid, and he was like, I got to get my life together. And then he went to
Yeah.
rehab for alcohol.
I thought he just wanted to get his life together. I had no idea about the kid. Huh.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what
Yeah,
I
think
heard.
they've
I
had
don't
it
know if
for- they've
that's
had,
true or not, but that's what
the
everybody
kid for a
heard.
while.
Say what?
I think they've had a kid for a little while now.
It was like 2 years, 3 years.
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah,
like,
that's why he went to rehab. That was a while ago. That was
Yeah.
really early on in the
Yeah, good for him. Good for him.
Oh, yep, they have a girl. Nora. That's good.
Yeah, I never hear the interviews because we're always talking
Oh
about
my
something.
god, they okay, so they just they're showing on my screen. They're showing Swerve versus Brian, and it says the final countdown title versus career. That's so
Wait,
cool.
are you on a commercial?
No, I'm not. I'm behind. I'm seeing Max punch Matthew. I think that's Matthew.
So at the bottom of the screen is the Swerve versus Brian.
They show, yeah, like it's gone now, but they showed Swerve versus Brian, the final countdown title versus career.
That's cool. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure we're gonna hear Daniel Bryan's final countdown theme.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, Tony's definitely gonna pay for that.
By Europe. That's a
Like
that's
it's
a pretty
Wembley,
awesome
so yeah,
song.
we gotta have final count.
The first time I ever heard that was at a karaoke night. Isn't that weird?
Yes.
Yeah.
The first time I heard it was
Of Anthony Bones.
in a Just Dance video game.
If you go on YouTube and look for Final Countdown, one of the top search for like Final Countdown video. One of the top hits you'll get is this just terrible band covering Final Countdown. It's pretty funny.
And
What? Where is Serena Deeb? Like she's still in the ads.
Yeah, I don't know.
she's around.
Where?
No, she's not.
She hasn't been on. She hasn't
like,
been on
she
television
had, like,
For weeks. She hasn't been
one
around for weeks.
backstage interview.
What?
In like the
When?
past 2-3 weeks. She's had like one. I'm pretty sure she was supposed to like feud with Rio, and then I think afterwards Rio got injured.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
We're not big. Did Rio really break her arm?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Rio,
I think so.
In reality,
I'm pretty sure Rio got injured. So,
I just make sure I'm reading it properly.
Ew.
I'll listen to what I'm saying.
She has a broken arm.
yeah, I don't
like-
know. I guess they didn't have anything planned because they were supposed to do Deeb and Rio, and then Rio got injured, and seemingly, and then
Maybe it's a blessing in disguise. We don't really care for Riho, honestly. I don't. She was the she was the inaugural
like a
AEW
decent-
Women's Champ. She has that, but
yeah, I think it
I
would have
just
been like
I
a
don't-
decent match, but it's like a one-time like Dynamite at best. Like if we're really pushing it, like maybe on a Dynamite, it seems more of a collision match, like a one time.
And Riho on television.
Exactly. I don't want to see Riho. Period. And I know
Maybe
she has a.
It's like I would have been fine with it as like a one-time deal, but like they seem to imply it was like possibly a feud. I was like, no, no.
Yeah, I mean, she's just yeah, I'm not. We're not Riho fans. She's just and I know people always get like shouted down on the internet when they say this. She's just too small. Like when I watch wrestling, obviously we all know it's predetermined. Of course, they're helping one another complete all these wrestling moves. But when I watch the show, I try to. It's hard when we're doing these watch-alongs, but like in my head, I try to suspend disbelief and try to think of it as like a real competition, and that's when it's the most fun to me. But like when Riho's in the ring, she's just too small. And further than that, I find it uncomfortable that she's a grown woman dressing in these types of outfits that a teenager
No.
or a child,
Like an 8-year-old.
Yeah, or a child might wear.
It's creepy.
And then she always has her like panties exposed, right?
It's like instead of like wearing wrestling pants, she's wearing like white panties underneath
Yeah.
the skirt. Creepy.
I don't. Yeah, I don't. I'm not a prude by any stretch of the imagination. But
They're pumping.
like I said, I just don't the whole like dressing like a child, and showing off her panties and people like thinking she's sexy. That makes me really uncomfortable. And like I said, aside from that, I feel like she's just really overrated.
Like that much. I just am like usually fine when I just like live with it when she's like she shows up like once or twice like a year. She's just like a kind of I don't know. It's like all the time AEW Brit like she's gone for like half a year and then she comes back and is like, oh, Rio's back.
Yeah,
And then
what's
she's
up
gone
with that? Where
again.
is she? Does she go back to Japan?
I think she goes back to Japan, yeah, but
Does she wrestle in Stardom or elsewhere?
I think Stardom, yeah. I think possibly she wrestles in Stardom, but she's usually like I think she also lives in Japan, so it's like that's why she's gone for these extended periods of time, but I don't know.
Well, what got us talking about her was, we were talking about Serena Deeb. Where is she? She
Right.
came back and went on a winning streak, and then went on
Yeah.
a losing streak,
Then
and
Rio
then
came out
disappeared.
trying to was like challenging her, and then
Yeah.
Rio got injured. So now it's like, what do we do with Serena Deeb? I would say put her with Diana. Have her feud with Diana.
Yeah, that'd be good. I think.
No, Serena needs to be a heel.
Oh, yeah, I think you're right.
She's
Well,
a terrible face.
Wait,
Yeah,
why
you're
does
right.
Serena need to be a heel if Diana's?
Because she looks like a witch.
Yeah.
She looks like a witch from a movie whose face just isn't painted green. And she looks like the teacher who would be like real uppity and like write your parents anytime you did anything. No, she looks mean. She needs to be a heel.
I agree with that.
And
That
like her face
is
is all like tight and pinched, like she's angry all the time.
Yep.
Or like judging you.
that is
Very,
an
very severe
intriguing
looking
Yes,
woman.
yes, severe, good
description.
word.
That is a vivid description I've heard of Serena Deeb.
I mean, she's awesome. I'm not anti Serena Deeb.
I would have never like.
Her promos are shit because there's no emotion behind them.
Oh yeah, her promos
She's
are
just like
not
a
the best,
robot.
but she's
Yeah, she
definitely
sounds-
not. She's definitely more of like the in-ring person than
Yeah.
promo person. But I
That
feel like
woman needs a
Diana.
manager. Stokely Hathaway. Put him with her. Chris can talk,
Yeah, Chris
She
can
might not be the
talk.
best on the mic, but she's better than Serena Deeb.
I don't like that idea. I feel like she needs to be more serious of a heel than Stokely Hathaway would let her.
Yeah.
Let her
so
be in the BCC and let the other dudes talk for her.
That might work. That might be
could
cool.
work. Yeah.
I mean, she's very good in the ring. I
Yeah,
think
she's awesome in the ring.
very good in the ring.
Yeah, very good in the ring.
Um,
Who do I think could fit for a manager of Serena?
oof, goddamn. I tell you, what I've said in the past is, she brings out these giant flags that say like Deeb Dojo and stuff. We've never seen the fucking dojo. What I want to see is like her as a heel.
Yeah, like we saw it like once when we had those vignettes of her coming back, like of her training and whatnot. Like,
Was that
like
the dojo? I thought that was just like her in a room.
I'll have to look that up.
I'm pretty sure it was implied to be the dojo, but I don't know.
So it's a real place? Is that what you're saying? It's a
I
real.
mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just a ref. It's like kind of a reference to her training.
Sorry, we have shenanigans happening in the match.
Refs down. Matthew Jackson hits a low blow on Max Caster there.
Okay, typical.
But yeah, Deeb, I want to see her at this Deeb dojo, like kicking people's ass. Like she's trying to teach them, but really she just wants to beat their ass.
That would be
Show me
nice. Like that would be like that could easily make like good like content, even if she's like not feuding. Just have her in the dojo, like just training with people or something.
Right. And then we could eventually maybe even have a match in the dojo. That'd be cool.
That would be cool. Right now the only like manager person that could at all maybe work with Deeb is like unfortunately Sterling.
I thought about him also, but
yeah,
I don't know, since he's so
feels
associated with Jade, I feel like that
it's gonna be like a force. I don't think it works. Like, yeah, I don't know if there's anyone else.
So really quickly, what's happening?
Did the Young Bucks win, or was it a no contest?
I think the Acclaimed was disqualified.
I'm behind, so I think this is Matthew.
Yeah.
Who has the oh, okay, okay.
We have to be getting a triple threat, right?
Feels like it.
No, no. Oh, yeah.
Matt did the worst spitting spot I have ever seen. There was
Okay,
zero
yeah.
spit
So
coming out of
now
this
it's seemingly a
Jack says pretend to be like offended by me.
DQ.
Huh?
Seemingly, it's a DQ win for the Bucks
Yeah, they
because
announced
Jack
it. Yeah,
attacked
Bucks win by
Matthew.
DQ.
Yeah.
So there's the title shot. That's the Acclaimed title shot. Oh, here they're going to talk about it.
Renee, if the Young Bucks had defeated the Acclaimed, I would have no choice but to call FTR the number one contenders. But that wasn't a definitive victory in any way, shape, or form. I mean, this issue between the Acclaimed and the Bucks, it hasn't ended yet. And all that may complicate the tag team title picture. I think I have a very simple solution. This Saturday, Collision on TNT, a match between
Okay, now I know what's going on.
the winner goes on to All In to face the Young Bucks for the World Tag Team Championship.
Best team win.
I mean, but that doesn't make sense though. If FTR obviously cost the number one contenders the match, and he's saying it's not a decisive win, the number one contenders, the Acclaimed, should get a rematch. That makes sense.
What did he just say? I was so
Probably,
distracted.
He
but I
said
feel
on
like they're
Collision
probably
on-
gonna book FTR, Acclaimed, and Bucks.
Well, he said on Collision Saturday,
Oh,
it's Young Bucks versus FTR for the title shot at All In.
The Acclaimed versus.
What did I say?
You said
The
Young Bucks.
Acclaimed. I'm sorry, the Acclaimed versus FTR for the tag title shot at All In.
If I don't win the AEW World Championship,
I still think we're gonna end up with a three-way.
Again,
It feels like we're gonna end up with a tag triple threat match.
Is that and a trios?
this might be my last shot.
And as I've been
okay,
saying,
never mind. So Collision is gonna be FTR versus Acclaimed. Winner
I just
faces.
said that, Wolf.
Yeah, I know that. I thought it was gonna be all three of them, like somehow.
It still could be, you know. I
Yeah,
kind of feel that's the
maybe.
way they're heading.
But I don't know. It sounds like they're gonna have FTR versus Bucks again. Because I don't know, Acclaimed versus. Because it feels like they're implying that they're gonna have Acclaimed turn heel sooner or
Really?
later.
No
Yeah.
way. They're
It-
they're one of the most popular.
They're
tag
like
teams in the company.
the signs. Right now it's like increasingly looking like they're trying to turn Acclaimed heel.
Well, they have had Max Caster stop rapping, which sucks. I enjoy his raps.
I mean, they honestly they've been heels before.
They were heels
but-
at first when they came in.
Yeah, but like seeing the past few weeks, like how Acclaimed's been acting, it very much implies that Acclaimed is going to turn heel sooner or later. Maybe not on Collision.
Let's see. I know a lot of times you're right about this stuff, but I
Yeah.
don't see it. I don't see that.
This montage is awesome, and it's making me sad.
Well, AEW dipping in the budget tonight. They got a song by Bush, and they got this Green Day song. They're really going back, 25 years, 30 years for this music.
I appreciate that.
For the old fans
For
like us, yeah. Speaking of old bands, we're going to see Everclear in September. So I know most of y'all, a lot of y'all out there probably have no idea who Everclear is, but check them out, look them up. Awesome band who were really big in the 90s.
I'm a fan.
Yeah, very good band. pretty original sound for as far as rock and roll goes. I think
Especially for that time period, it was
Yeah.
very different from everything else that was on like the
Yeah.
radio.
Everybody was trying to sound like Nirvana or Pearl Jam or something like that. Yeah.
But
May be 11 days away.
I didn't know Sting well enough to cry when Sting retired, but if
Professional wrestling.
that's the last Danielson match ever against Swerve, yeah. I didn't know Sting.
We've watched several Sting matches.
I mean, I didn't grow up watching Sting. Danielson has been wrestling the entire time I've been watching wrestling, you know?
There he is in the crowd. I mean, that's going to be a great match, I think. Swerve versus Danielson.
Oh, 100%.
Do you think, Wolf, that's definitely the main event at All In?
Oh, yeah, easily. Like, there's no question gonna be, like, this is a, like,
Yeah.
honestly, it's a title versus career match, like,
Mhm.
and it's, like, basically two of the top guys in all of AEW, like,
Mhm.
there is no other
I think
place.
right now, the top two guys, like I said, we went live Wednesday for Dynamite, and
Yeah.
if the crowd noise is an indicator, Swerve and Danielson are the top two guys in the company for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, easily.
They were here in North Carolina.
Yeah.
I mean, and that's with MJF and with Osprey doing a run-in. Like,
Yeah.
Right.
Well, like,
I would
because,
put
like, the thing is,
Osprey number 3 in North Carolina here, and then the most hated heel was definitely MJF.
the thing is, like, from what I heard last year at Wembley, that there were two guys that got the loudest, like, noise. Oh, right. Oh, Swerve versus Yuta is main eventing. Right. Okay.
if Prince Nana does not get PWI Manager of the Year, I'm gonna have some words and angry letters.
I need to
I
subscribe
think
to
this year he
PWI.
will. I think
I
this
might
year
be
he will.
mailing some boxes of dog poop to someone if that happens. Doesn't happen.
Yeah, I
So
think
this,
this year it's like a shoe-in for Nana.
Manager of the Year. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you've missed it while we've been talking at you all night long, this is a non-title match.
Mhm.
Swerve
Right.
versus Wheeler is non-title here. It's
Yeah.
not an eliminator match either for
No.
Wheeler.
Nope,
If he
it's
wins,
just
he gets
Swerve.
nothing but pride.
It's just Swerve showing
This is
what
warm-up,
he's capable of, I guess.
right? Didn't Danielson have a warm-up match against someone?
I don't think so.
Yeah.
He did
Yeah, Jeff
against
Jarrett.
Jarrett.
That wasn't a warm-up.
I thought that's what they were calling
It
it.
kind of was, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I didn't make that up. I don't think Jeff Jarrett's a warm-up. I like Jeff Jarrett, but
Yeah.
um,
But it was considered like a warm-up,
sorry.
basically.
I
So
said put him in the main event. Let me see Jarrett versus Danielson versus Swerve. That's what I wanted. I know I'm in the minority, but I really like Jeff Jarrett there.
I like Jeff Jarrett too, but I don't need him in my Swerve Danielson match. You don't like triple threat matches.
Not usually, but I thought that would be an interesting one. Jarrett versus Danielson versus Swerve, because they're all three good, and they're all three good in different ways offensively. And I think it could have set up some really cool spots between the three of them.
Story-wise, it wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah, it would have, it totally would have, because Jarrett was there, like, goading Danielson on. He was supporting him and happy for him, but at the same time, you could feel a tinge of jealousy in Jeff Jarrett. So I think maybe, and then if you had Jarrett come at Swerve, talking about how he was a Jarrett, former WCW world champion. He could come at Swerve talking about how he knows what it's like to be a world champion. He knows how to be a good world champion. That kind of stuff. Get
Yeah.
Swerve pissed off. Get him added to the match. That's what I wanted personally.
What would be Danielson's motivation to be okay with that?
it wouldn't be up to Danielson. It'd be up to Swerve.
He won the
Swerve adds, but then Swerve asks for Jarrett to get added to the match, and Tony Khan adds him. Bam, triple threat.
Don't like it. Terrible idea.
Well, that's not what they're doing. So I
So
wanted
the
to. I
thing
wanted to see
is,
this.
what I think is shoot, what was I? I was thinking about something regarding Brian.
Were you thinking about how much his hair has grown since he's been in AEW? I didn't
Uh,
realize till they
no.
showed all those old clips that he had short hair when he first got here.
Mhm.
I thought he
That's
just brought
true.
his long hair from
Uh,
WWE, but no.
Yeah. But yeah, the thing is, Swerve, Wembley last year. There were two guys that had. I heard that there were two guys that had the loudest like noise throughout the whole event, and that was Osprey and Swerve. So I think,
Swerve, really?
and the thing is, yeah, Swerve got the
Over
loudest.
Punk?
That was when for that
Yeah,
he was in a
over Punk.
Swerve was in a tag match with what Christian?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Christian, because Keith
Christian
got
and
and
you
injured.
could
Swerve,
hear it
yeah.
like during the stream, like during the event, like you could hear the whole crowd was chanting "Who's house?" Swerve's house.
That's awesome.
Oh,
Oh, yeah,
Everyone
it
I
was
was-
gotta go
chanting
back
Swerve's
and I gotta go back and watch that show.
Yeah.
It wasn't because Keith was injured. It was because AR Fox, his work visa, was all messed up.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
That was
And so they
Swerve and
took
AR
out
Fox
AR.
were together for a couple weeks, but
Yeah.
AR Fox kind of fucked it up for himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. He had issues, so they took out AR Fox and then put in Christian.
And then
Um,
almost completely banished him from television for all time.
Yeah.
But not quite, but almost.
Which
Yeah,
stinks, 'cause AR
he's like
Fox was
showed up
awesome.
like once on Rampage.
Mhm.
That sucks. That sucks.
Yeah, he's
It
awesome.
is unfortunate, yeah.
Yeah, he's great.
Regarding, but yeah, like apparently obviously Osprey, because Osprey is always over and he's in England. Of course, he's gonna get the loudest. But like Swerve, everyone was chanting Swerve's house. And I was like, wow.
Okay. all
And
right.
and the thing is, Danielson wasn't even part of Wembley last year, so it's like they're going to be loud for Danielson, especially if he comes out the final countdown.
And wait, he got hurt at Forbidden Door. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, he broke
That's what I
his
thought.
arm.
Yeah. After he fought Okada.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
That was a very good match, even though
It was,
Danielson had a
yeah.
broken arm for half of it.
Oh, MJF and Will Ospreay face to face next week.
Who do you think's winning it all in, Wolf? Osprey or MJF?
Ospreay.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, because I think Ospreay versus Pac is probably a better match for that title. Like that.
Who'd you say? Osprey versus who?
Pac?
Oh,
Because
okay.
Pac challenged for the title at All Out. So I feel like it would be better, like booking wise, to have Osprey win, especially since MJF doesn't need that title. And like if Garcia and having Garcia if Garcia comes back, he comes back at Wembley to cost MJF and feud with MJF, then that would be big for Garcia.
That's a good idea. That's a good
And
idea.
it
I like
doesn't
that.
need to be for the belt, honestly. So yeah, I would have All Out Garcia versus MJF and Osprey versus Pac, and
I like it.
then because of what would happen, Swerve versus Hangman, and then probably because of who I think is going to win, Bryan versus whoever wins the Casino Gauntlet match.
Well, remember, Darby Allin he's got a shot coming at Grand
Right,
Slam
at
September
Grand
25th.
Slam. So I think at Grand Slam it's going to be Bryan versus Darby because what's it called? Because Bryan at one point, like earlier, I think before Anarchy in the Arena, I think he like put Darby over, and I think he's probably gonna try giving Darby a match for the world title.
So you think Brian's winning the world
I
title?
think Brian's winning. Yeah, I think he
Alright.
I don't
wins
know.
it.
I'm 50-50 on that match.
I
I
think
could
Brian
see it
wins
either
it
way.
and then loses it back to Swerve at Wrestle Dream.
I would like to see Danielson get it. I mean, I don't want to look back in 10 years and Brian Danielson never had the AEW World Title.
Yeah.
It just feels wrong to me.
It does feel wrong, yeah.
As
But
much as he's done for the
thing
company,
is,
he
he said
deserves it.
the fact that he
He
said
hasn't had
like
a
he's
belt.
never gonna wrestle again, it's just like that already makes me think like they're gonna give Brian his moment, and then he'll keep it till Wrestle Dream because that is probably the best. Because like Brian said, he wants to wrestle at Wrestle Dream again.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
He also
I
said
didn't hear
he
that.
has to have neck surgery. At
Right.
some
So
point.
what's true? Yeah, is the neck
Yeah.
surgery, is that kayfabe or is it true?
Well, he said
I don't know.
something at the end of the
I feel
year.
like honestly, I feel like that he'll probably have the next surgery probably at like end of the year. But like I don't think he's gonna have it like after Wembley. I think it's like he's probably just like kind of making it a little more dramatic than it is, but
Well, and like Nigel McGuinness has been saying in interviews that the only person he wants to come back into wrestling to wrestle is Brian Danielson, and then he's going to be done forever.
right.
And so I think it might be Brian Danielson versus Nigel at Wrestle Dream. But
I mean that could work, but I don't. I'm just the only pathway I could see that is if Brian drops it to Darby. And then we get Darby versus Swerve for the world title at Wrestle Dream.
well, Asa had the idea that Brian Danielson could win at All In, but win by DQ. So he doesn't get the belt. Swerve keeps the belt, but Brian gets to keep his career.
Right.
And I thought that was interesting. That had not occurred to me as like
That
an option.
could be a creative way to
Yeah.
what's it called?
Ooh. That was a good house story there.
But the thing is, the weird thing is like I don't know, I don't know how you would kind of make it for DQ because if Hangman gets involved, as I suspect he will, like Hangman would have to attack Danielson.
No, if Hangman. Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying.
If what's it called? If it were a DQ and Brian wins by DQ, Hangman would have, maybe he tries to attack Swerve and he hits Danielson instead, causing DQ for win.
Yeah, that's a good call.
But I don't know. It would be like it would definitely have to be some movement, like.
Ace's sound just went out.
Oh,
I can hear you now.
okay. Yeah, so it's just you would have to like kind of move in a certain way. Like I don't know, it's just gonna be hard.
Yeah, that's a good call.
But I think they could pull it off if they want to. I don't know.
So what we said a couple minutes ago, we said Brian Danielson hasn't had the world title yet in AEW, but Brian Danielson actually he hasn't had any title in AEW.
Nope.
It seems like he should have. I mean, but when you think about it, but
So
not
the
even
way
a
I
tag
saw
title, not one of their 5 singles titles. He hasn't had any title. He
he's
did
never
win the
won
Owen
a
Hart Cup.
title, as far as I'm aware. Like all this time, he's never wanted the title, but now there's a possibility that Tony wants to give Brian a big moment at Wembley. So I think
exactly.
that's a possibility. Brian wins and keeps it till like Wrestle Dream, where he drops it back to Swerve, or if
shit. But yeah, Danielson. I mean, like I was saying, he won the Owen Hart Cup tournament this year, which is a big deal. That's how he got his title shot for All In. But that's the closest he's come to winning a championship. That's the only thing he's won in AEW.
Right.
But like Wolf just said, yeah, I agree. I'm
I
sure.
think like Brian, like Tony would totally want to give Brian, even if it's transitional, he would want to give Brian a title reign before he like stops.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, like you said, I'm sure it's by choice, by his choice. He
yeah,
hasn't had a belt because we know Danielson's involved with the
yeah.
booking. He's kind of like
Because
Tony Khan's
before
the right hand
Sting,
man.
yeah, because before Sting retired, all that time that he was in AEW, Sting never didn't want to win the tag titles with Darby until his retirement. He's like he like never wanted it until his retirement, where he wins the tag titles and then retires as champion. Um, but so I think they could easily pull it off again. The another pathway, because Kay said she thinks it could be Brian versus Nigel at Wrestle Dream. The pathway to that would be putting Darby over at Grand Slam, dropping the world title to Darby, and then at Wrestle Dream we get Darby versus Swerve for the world title.
Has he had the world title? He hasn't, right?
Oh,
Darby has not held the world title before.
Had
No.
the TNT title a couple times, but that's it.
3 times.
And the tag titles.
Or was
Oh,
it
and the tag titles with Sting,
and the
right?
tag titles, yes. Actually, was it 3 times? Hold on, let me check the reigns real quick.
For what? The tag titles?
The
No,
TNT.
TNT.
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know.
Trying to figure
I
out
don't
Two
know.
times,
He had
two
it
times.
2 or
Darby.
3. Yeah,
Yeah, Darby had it 2 times.
2 times.
Right.
No one's had it 3 yet, right?
I don't think so. Maybe Wardlow.
Wardlow had it.
Has had it 3? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, because one of the reigns was like 3 days.
Yeah. Wardlow and Sammy.
There were not very many matches tonight.
Yeah, there were
I had 5.
5. Okay, I mean, that's
Yeah,
that's
two.
a good
We have
amount.
so there are 2 3-time TNT champions, Sammy Guevara and
Oh,
Oh.
yeah. Right. Yeah, because he won it from Cody. He won it from I think Scorpio Sky. He won it from who was or no, he lost it to Scorpio Sky. He won. Oh no,
He
Scorpio
won
had
it
it.
at Battle of Belts.
Scorpio had it twice. So he won it from Scorpio, lost it again to Scorpio.
he just
And then
fell off the face of the earth. Scorpio. He's still signed,
Okay.
isn't he?
yeah, I think he was like in Ring of Honor and then not.
Yep.
He came back to AEW from injury and then immediately got injured.
I think they just don't have anything planned for him right now.
Mhm.
Okay, so now I see. Sammy won it from Miro, and then he won it from Cody, and then he won it from Scorpio Sky.
Can you imagine
Pretty
if
good.
Cody was
Lost
still
it
in
again.
AEW?
And now with you're speaking of Sammy Guevara, with him going to Ring of Honor, with the Von Erichs going to Ring of Honor, with Dustin Rhodes going to Ring of Honor, with
Yep.
Julia Hart going to Ring of Honor. I feel just sending these B list wrestlers to Ring of Honor. I really feel like they're gonna roll Ring of
Did
Honor
she-
in with the AEW in the TV deal.
Mhm.
For
Yeah.
Max. I feel that they're gonna bring them closer together.
Yeah. Well, especially if Tony was talking about or considering renaming it AEW Ring of Honor,
Yeah.
That seems
Yeah.
like a reason to do
Oh,
that.
that's what
I
it
which I think that makes sense to me.
Mm-hmm. So we're gonna talk about this.
Yeah, so let's get best match, worst match, and a rating out of 5. So who?
I want to go first.
Kay was just going first.
Okay. Best match: Orange Cassidy versus O'Reilly versus Strong, in my opinion. In which Orange won. I was gonna call him OC, but then I didn't know if that's something that people call him. I just wrote it because it's shorter. Worst match: I'm gonna go Adam Page and Jay Lethal because it was so short that I forgot it happened. Yeah, and all the matches were good. In all honesty, I wish the Acclaimed match didn't end in a DQ, but that's really my only complaint. That and I like to have more matches. So I guess that's not my only complaint.
At least we didn't get any jobber matches this week.
Amen to that.
The closest we got was that Page and Lethal match.
Don't call Jay Lethal a jobber.
He's a jobber. He's a glorified jobber at this point in his career. Unfortunately.
He's so good.
All right, Wolf, what you got?
Wait, I didn't give my bone rating.
Oh, I'm sorry. She didn't give her a rating. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it 4.5. I really enjoyed the show.
4.5.
4.5 bone.
No, we don't say 0.5 because you call a bone is a half a bone, not 0.5 bones.
I give it 4.5 bones.
Thank you.
Oh,
Out of 5.
out of 5
All right.
bones.
Wolf, that's how we do it here in No Bones About Wrestling. So, Wolf.
What's your me and then you just forget.
Yeah, I have to agree on best match being the triple threat. I loved it. Also because slight bias towards Kyle O'Reilly. Worst match was I'll be honest, I did not really enjoy Bucks versus Acclaimed. I don't know, I just kind of lost interest in Bucks versus Acclaimed. I just was like, yeah, I knew it wasn't gonna be the best, but yeah, I was just very bored about it. So like,
Really? Okay.
yeah, I didn't like it. So I'm gonna say Bucks versus Acclaimed. Also, it ending in DQ is just, ugh.
I think I predicted that on our show last night.
I want another team. I don't want Acclaimed or FTR versus Bucks at Wembley.
I think the
Alas,
closest team after those kind of looks like Top Flight. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
Top Flight. I think is probably number 4.
I don't know. Top Flight it seems like Tony just kind of doesn't want to care about Top Flight. I don't know if he's putting enough effort as he should.
He just gave them a new member.
Oh yeah, what's her name? I don't even
Layla
know. Her
Gray.
name.
Layla Gray. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's fine. That might be something, but it feels like they're not gonna get titles like anytime soon.
Oh yeah, no.
Which is weird because they're very good, and
They're very
I
good.
think they're
They're
pretty
great.
innovative with their offense too. So I don't.
Yeah,
Why
they can
not push them?
absolutely get a title shot. They're not even getting a title shot. They're not going to get a title shot.
Do you think maybe he's just like giving it time to see if one of them gets injured again because of the frequency of injuries?
That makes sense.
Maybe.
Makes a little sense.
I'd be a little hesitant to put the belts on them just because they haven't both been healthy for very long.
He doesn't even need to like necessarily give them the belts. Just give them shots already, man. You're not even giving them like actual shots on ROH either. It's like crazy.
Well, they almost won the tournament that the Bucks won to get the belts in the first place. I mean,
should have been Bucks versus Top Flight, but we just had to do FTR again.
And then we got Private
I'll
Party.
give it a 4.
A 4.
A 4, yeah.
4 bones.
I don't know if Wolf's allowed. I'll let Wolf rate it. I'll let Wolf use bones.
He's an honorary.
I don't mind. It was mostly good. It was mostly pretty good. Yeah, it's just I didn't care for Bucks versus Acclaimed. I didn't really care for. I knew Hangman was going to beat Lethal.
Yeah, of course.
Swerve versus Wheeler was like decent, but obviously Swerve was gonna win. So yeah, I'm interested to see where it goes.
What
All right, for me, best match of the night was definitely the triple threat match for number one for number one entry in the Casino Gauntlet match at All In, and of course, Cassidy won. He and Strong and O'Reilly had some really cool spots worked out in the match. They definitely, um, they definitely were trying to not have a formulaic kind of triple threat match. They were trying to go for something different, and they did, and it worked. And like I said, it was the match of the night, and Cassidy won. The guy who should have won, I think, won it.
Mhm.
So he comes out number one in the Casino Gauntlet at All In, and we don't know any of the other entrants yet. Worst match of the night, I got to go with Hangman Adam Page beating Jay Lethal. And it's not that anything was bad. Everything looked good, and it was an okay match. Like Kay said, though, it was kind of just too short to really be much of anything.
Mhm.
That's all. I'm not, like I said, I'm not saying it's bad. It was just it was the briefest match tonight. So we never really got much momentum for Lethal or much heat going in the match. So that's why I'm picking it for worst match of the night.
It was so short and so unmemorable that
Yeah.
I forgot that it had happened
Yeah.
and got excited towards the end of the show, thinking we still had an Adam Page match coming.
Yeah. I think I think with trying to keep Adam Page so hot, where he's right there trying to get Swerve's belt and trying to go after Swerve again. I think with 11 days to the pay-per-view, and we're what, 3.5 weeks from when everybody assumes Page is getting a title shot at All Out versus Swerve. I think give Page a better opponent than Jay Lethal. And Jay Lethal is a fine wrestler, former Ring of Honor champion, but at this point, like I was saying, he's a jobber. He doesn't win shit at this point. So just give Page someone who's competitive and who has some heat going for them. That's the way I feel. Show overall, I really enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun, I think. Good women's match for an opener.
Mhm.
Like I said, a different kind of triple threat match. Strickland versus Yuta was cool. I'm gonna go back and watch that one. I missed a little of it. And the tag title match I enjoyed up until the finish. Like I said, when I saw it coming a mile away, I think a lot of us did. But yeah, so overall, and I just want to say I think they did a good job building things for All In. There's nothing monumental happening on the show tonight, but just like I said, placing those bricks, building the foundation for All In. I think they did a pretty good job of that tonight. So overall, I give it 4 bones out of 5. Good show.
Can I say one thing?
Yeah.
That they've been doing recently that I think is super awesome.
Yeah.
I love that they've been showing footage of AEW wrestlers at other promotions, like continuing AEW storylines. Like we've been getting it at CMLL, we got it at Rev Pro, we
Right.
got it somewhere else that I can't remember the other day. Like I'm really enjoying that.
Yeah, I love it. It makes them look, more legit. I mean, obviously they are legit. They have world class wrestlers, all that.
Right.
Pervasive, is that a word? Pervasive?
I don't think that's the word you want to use there.
What word do I
but
want to use?
I don't know. I guess pervasive. That
It's
kind of
just
has
good.
negative
It's good for
connotations.
them.
I feel like. Do what?
Like it's just good for them to do.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
right. Anytime. I mean, right. You go to Rev Pro and have MJF and Ospreay get all this heat. It makes your promotion look good. You take them to Arena Mexico and CMLL, and MJF's the biggest heel in the place. It makes AEW look good.
Mhm.
So yeah, I agree. Definitely
And it-
I love that they have relationships with
Mhm.
other companies. That's
Yeah.
that's more of how it used to be back in like the 70s and early 80s. Everybody was wrestling everybody. There
Mhm.
wasn't there wasn't this like hold where wrestler A can't face wrestler B
Hmm.
Right.
like ever. So I love seeing stuff get mixed up.
And it's cool too because like not all of it does get televised. Like we had Dax Harwood show up at our local independent show,
Oh
and
yeah,
the Guns have been there, and I mean just
Eric Rowan
mhm.
was there. Wrestling.
Red Velvet.
Kurt Angle was there, not wrestling.
Red Velvet was there, not wrestling.
Who was just there? Nick Nemeth was there, not wrestling. Yeah, I don't know if we told you, Wolf. The
Wow.
indie show we went to like 2 weeks ago. Nick Nemeth showed up during the main event because
Which was Ryan Nemeth.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ryan Nemeth was wrestling for the belt, and
Right.
in that indie AML, the August show, Nick Nemeth is wrestling for the AML belt. So
Yeah.
pretty cool. Pretty cool. It's cool to see him. That was a surprise.
Good. That's good for
And
him.
like Danhausen just won a title in like Europe somewhere.
Oh, cool. Well, it feels like he's not even part of
I know.
AEW.
But he
Yeah, I
is
hear
working
you.
hard.
Yeah, switching it up.
And like the latest like independent show stuff I've seen is that what's his name? Zilla Fatu won the House of Glory championship and the Reality of Wrestling, which I think is like Booker T's like indie promotion.
Where's that? Like Texas?
I don't know. I think it's I think it might be in Florida. I don't know.
Oh, okay. Because I know Booker T, even though he was in Harlem Heat, I believe he's from Houston.
Oh,
Texas.
it is in Texas. Yeah. It is Texas City. Yeah.
He's got a good Texas accent, I think.
Right.
Cool. I didn't know he had a company, so I'll look into that. That's cool. Booker T, man, awesome wrestler.
Yeah, from what I've seen, it usually seems to be like kind of a segue for like most of the, or like some of them at least, to go to NXT. But
good.
it's only like some of them, not all of them. Like I know Roxanne, the NXT Women's Champion, it went through ROW, and I think a couple other guys went through ROW and then to NXT. But yeah, right now Zilla is ROW World Champion.
Cool. And yeah, like Wolf's saying, talking about House of Glory. If you don't know them, they're an indie promotion. They run in like New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, I think, and they're pretty good. They're pretty big, and they do shows pretty often on pay-per-view. But they're not like $40 or $50. I think they're like $10 or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry if I'm wrong,
I have no idea.
but I think they're
I think they're cheaper. Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you want to see some indie wrestling, House of Glory is a good one to check out.
I think they're part of that network too. Because remember, Dylan,
Right,
we were going to
yes.
be able to watch it here. Like, where if you subscribe to it, you get access to like all these different indies pay per views.
Yeah,
I think
I
House
forget
of Glory is one of them.
I forget what it's called, but yeah, it's a awesome idea.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, if you're nuts about wrestling and you got some time, definitely a good package deal because it's fun to see people in the indies because the matches are so different, the crowd is so different, and you never know who you're gonna see that's the fucking world champion in like 5 years,
And that's always so
That's
cool too.
fun.
Is like when you see people that you've seen in the indies show up in a major promotion.
Yeah.
You're like, I know the guy.
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right, so Wolf, you got anything else to say?
No, I think, but
all right, so everybody, thanks for watching tonight. We love watching along with you. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Kay Fabulous and I, tonight we are filming the AEW Elite Crate unboxing, which we have been promising. I'm sorry. And then it should be on the internet late tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, it'll be on tonight, late tonight. Maybe say, I don't know, hour and a half from now, something like that. 2 hours.
Staying up that late. It better be shorter than that.
Okay, shorter than that. There we go. So it's going to be on our YouTube channel, and I'll link it, of course, to our X feed. And the Elite Crate, if you don't know about it, they charge you like $50. You get
$39.99.
They charge you $40. You get 4 a year. They're usually themed after a pay-per-view that's coming up, and they send you all this neat stuff. They send you one autographed picture 2 T-shirts that you can only get in the Elite Crate.
Mhm.
And then they'll send you like toys and buttons and all this kind of neat stuff. So we're gonna open that up and see what's in there this month. Also, real quick, I think we're probably I think we may do a Rampage watch along, 10 o'clock on Friday night. Watch our X feed. I'll announce it there. And I'm trying to do more on Instagram, so I'll probably announce stuff there also. And Saturday night, I think we're gonna do a Collision watch along. So Wolf, we'd love to have you back. It's fun. It's
Yeah.
fun having you on the show.
Mhm.
But yeah, so I like I said, I'm pretty sure unless something comes up, we're gonna do a Collision watch along on Saturday. And then, of course, our signature show, AEW Weekly, which is our video podcast about everything that's happened in AEW from Wednesday to Tuesday is how we do it. And that comes on Tuesday nights at 7. It airs on X. It airs on K Fabulous's Twitch channel, and it airs on our YouTube channel. And you can get all those links on our X feed. You can get all those links by going to www.nobonesabout.com. You can see every video we've ever done. And you can go to YouTube also, to our YouTube page. Just search No Bones About Wrestling. You can see every video we've done. And more importantly, you can subscribe where it'll tell you when we're broadcasting, because a lot of times we just pop up and do a little review of this and that and whatever.
Mhm.
So it'll tell you when we're broadcasting. So yeah,
Yep.
please do that. Like I said, follow us, and I think that's all I've got to say. Yeah, Tuesday nights, 7 p.m. AEW Weekly, and if you don't have time to watch it, we have it in audio only form, and that's on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all that stuff. AEW Weekly, so you can just listen to it if you want, and that usually goes up Tuesday night or Wednesday sometime. So yeah, Tuesday, 7, AEW Weekly. All right. And I
Awesome.
think that's it. And we had fun. So as Mick Foley would say, have a nice day.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.